Right, be quiet, guys. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the live stream. I've got Papa Charles 94 in the building. We went to be having Deadly Spurs on tonight, but he bottled it because he had to go out with his family. But we are doing something with Deadly Spurs during the week. And hopefully we've got Tony Claude and Mark N, who's a Man United fan. I have also tried to get a Liverpool fan on, but he's doing a watch long for the World Cup, so he said he'll do it before the Premier League starts. But anyways, just one thing, make sure you smash the like on my channel and hit the subscribe. And also Tony Claude's channel, if people are seeing it on Tony Claude's channel, make sure you hit the like, subscribe to his channel. And then also my bro Mark Ken's channel. I know Yas and some other guy are doing a live watch long stream for that as well. But big ups to everyone. Make sure you hit all the likes and subscribes on all different platforms. Yeah. And if you don't know my platform, and if you want to come to my platform, it's Papa Charles Dan. But big ups to you, Papa Charles 94. How you been? How it's been a while?
I'm good, thank you. How are you, Dan?
I'm all good. We've got a lot. It's going to be a lot of entertainment tonight because I'm not going to say too much. Ravi, please don't put it in the chat, you fraud, because I don't want. I'm trying to back Papa Chelsea tonight. I know what she was like on her TikTok earlier. It was like crazy. And then she says to me, "What did you send me on Conor Gallagher, Papa Chelsea?"
You sent me the drink, Dan. You sent me the drink.
He's getting married, isn't he? He proposed to his wife.
Yeah, he's taking a piss. He's taking the fucking piss.
Why don't you go stop it?
It should be illegal. It should be illegal.
Oh, Conor Gallagher dog, mate. Come on, what is that taste of that thing? But anyways, big goes to the one. And if you don't know Papa Charles 94, she does do a YouTube channel. Go hit the like and subscribe to that channel. And big ups to the chat as well. Big ups to Daniel Knight in the building. It's a long time. Big ups to you, bro. You know, if players do well at the World Cup, their value will go up if Cucurella and Enzo Fernandez have a good World Cup for their country. Big ups to Kel Talks Chelsea as well, man. Long time no see, mate. I'm up the Chelsea. Big up, bad Dan. And then again in the house. Here's a great show. Don't forget to like and subscribe. 100% spot on. Big ups to Ravi as well in the building. Not this for Papa Chelsea. Dan, you know, we're only 10 subscribers for 500, Dan. Yes, we are, mate. Hopefully we can get there tonight. Ha, Ravi. And then big ups to K Shay 7784. Big ups to Tony. Big up to Chelsea. Yeah, big up to Chelsea. Up the Chelsea as well. Like the subscribe and respect. Yeah, man. I don't know where Mark is and I don't know where Tony. I think they're late. They are late, innit? Anyways,
3 minutes late, so I'm cooking for that to come on.
Yeah, we cook them when we get there. When they get on, we'll cook them. We'll smoke it, saying where you guys at. Because it ain't just it's the Premier League fee for changing the rules. This transfer market for this summer, they've changed the FIBA rules and also the contract rules. And then also we're going to be talking about other clubs, including us, Chelsea with Alonso. We'll talk about our club first because there's been a lot of news going about on players getting sold. Alonso's now came in as manager. He don't start his job at the Chelsea Football Club on the 1st of July. So, Papa Charles, talk to me. What do you think of what's your respections on Alonso being at the club for this new season? And do you think you're going to get backed by players? Do you think that we're going to be strengthened this season? Talk to me about it.
I'm looking forward to Xabi Alonso. And at first I thought, you know what, I give him the time. Of course, any manager that comes into Chelsea, I'm going to back them, give them the time that they deserve. Like I did with Liam Senior, I still backed him, gave him time. And I just think Xabi Alonso, okay, he's not had the Prem experience yet as a manager, but you don't know what could come. I think it'd be tough for him with the shit that he's having to come into. Don't get me wrong, it's not going to be easy for him. And with some of our players having to leave, obviously we don't know who will leave yet and who we're going to bring in. So I do think it will be tough for him. And I can't see him doing major stuff in the first season. But there's always a second season. So I'll give him a couple of years, and then I think he'll build himself up, and hopefully, fingers crossed, does us something. So that's what we need.
Well, like, I know people probably don't want to hear about the Premier League start for the because it's World Cup. It's all about World Cup for a minute. But if Cucurella, like Dan says, and also Enzo Fernandez, all these players from the Chelsea play well, do you think we might keep him in the Premier League?
Well, I've just before I come on, Dan, there's been a bit of an update. Apparently, Xabi Alonso sort of worked his way into potentially keep Cucurella now. So I don't know what's going to happen.
We repeat that again. What did I say to you on TikTok? What did I say to you earlier on your TikTok?
You did say hearsay, but Cucurella is still open to the option to leaving. So I don't know. I think obviously Cucurella has said that he wants to focus on the World Cup first. So I don't think we'd hear much. Obviously, Atletico were potentially coming over within the next few days to talk to Chelsea about Cucurella. Whether that will still end up happening, but I don't think we'll hear much now until after the World Cup. If Spain obviously do well, but I think it could be after the World Cup if we hear anything.
Would you keep Cucurella at Chelsea, or would you get because there's been talks that we're getting Grimaldo from Bayer Leverkusen. He's another Spanish, but more experience. And he's people saying he's way better than Cucurella.
I haven't really watched him play to sort of judge him. So probably I would just stick with Cucurella, just for the fact that obviously I know what he's like and I haven't really seen the other one play so much. But look, I'll be open to other left backs come in. Obviously Cucurella didn't have the best seasons last season just gone, but not many players did, to be fair. So I can't just throw it all on him because he weren't the worst and he weren't the best. But I'd be happy for him to stay, but I'd be happy for someone better to come in.
You're right, Papa Charles, because Mark just texted me saying he'll be 5 or 6 minutes, so he won't be long, and hopefully Tony won't be long as well. But everyone in Tony's channel, if you're there watching, and Mark's channel, I know Mark's got a Club World Cup watch along with 2 guys there, man. But big ups to them. They'll probably be finished before the watch, and that's when I think Mark will be joining us before that watch long ends. But Mark, yeah, it's big ups to you, my boy. Big up, guys, coming shortly. Yeah, man. I'm just explaining to him. But everyone in Mark's chat, and then also Tony Claw's channel, just hit that like and subscribe to his both channels for me, yeah, please. And yeah, and then if you guys who follows me, just make sure you hit the like. And if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button, because we're not doing it for the content, we're doing it for you guys. And also we will have Mark and Tony on shortly soon. We'll hear about Man United Football Club, about what Mark says about how he's going to strengthen their club. And also Tony Claude, Arsenal, see if they're going to strengthen in the summer. But it's going to be a fun stream because we've got Papa Charles. Yeah, Deji Spurs is run off like always. But we'll get Deji. He bottled it. Yeah, he bottled it. He didn't want to speak to Tony Claude, didn't he? Or Mark N and that. But yeah, but yeah. But I'm going to bring up. I'm going to bring up something. Yeah. I'm going to bring up something. Let me just bring this up quick. All right, let me just click on here. All right, chaps. Oh, it's just asking me a bloody stupid.
Yeah, he is.
Was that Rory? Rory. Okay, let's that's it. All right. Basically, this is from Finch. When Deji, Spurs, and Mark come on, we'll get them to speak about this as well.
Yeah.
This is from the official FA. All right.
How is it?
Yeah. Officially. Basically, let me do that. Eustace's idea. Eustace, they put a cap to it. Club put it in €1 billion release clause like they do in Spain. Is it as good as no release clause without control? A cap, it won't work. Right? This is from FIFA. Breaking. FIFA has decided that release clause will now be mandatory in all contracts. Both players and clubs will be required to include a figure in their contracts. It was already practiced in Spain, but now will apply to other federations. Right? Basically, I'm talking about the contract for a minute. Right? I'm talking about the contract. But Mark's here, man. Big ups to Mark as well, man. What do you think of this new the new rule in this contracts now, where people, all the clubs in the world, when they start buying players, they have a release clause of like in them?
Well, I think it's a bit tricky there because prices are going up as it is for players, especially as we've seen like already with the likes of Julian Alvarez, 150 million, Fernandez for West Ham, 85 million. Them prices are ridiculous, as well as the release clause, because you've got to think Julian Alvarez is one as well. He's already got a 500 million release clause. I think that's absolute shocking. It's too, and this is how clubs are getting in so much debt as well, because they're having to get out loans. I don't like it, to be fair. Don't know what you think.
No, honestly, Mark should give him 2 minutes while he sets up, but when he's there, then I'll add him back up. But is it a good idea? I don't think it is.
No.
I don't get. Fair enough, Real Madrid's done it, and in Spanish clubs, it's worked for the Spanish clubs. But the situation is, the Premier League's more atmosphere, it's more physical. So you're going to basically put on big star players to get their release clause. But where would the money come from for that as well? Because like also players could easily just turn it down. If they've got say Vinicius Junior's on release clause, and Chelsea went in for the release clause 150 million. And we went and put the 150 million on a release clause on Vinicius Junior to come to Chelsea. He could decide to turn it down, saying, I wouldn't want to join Chelsea or Arsenal.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like 50-50, innit? Basically, innit?
And I think this is what the situation like. Obviously, for example, as it's happening right now with Alvarez, there's teams coming in trying to bid for him. Obviously, there's a bit more to it with the Real Madrid and Barcelona, but I think it might have been Arsenal that they're not willing to pay the 500 million release clause. So will Alvarez ever get sold because of that release clause? It seems quite impossible.
You ready, Mark? Put your thumbs up if you're ready, mate. Yeah, man. Big up to you, Mark, bro. Big up to you.
Hello, Mark.
Good afternoon. Hey, Prophet Charles, how are you doing? Big up to Chelsea Dan, and big up to the chat.
Big up to you, bro. Well, we're just basically we're talking about the contracts for a minute. It was meant to be the FIFA new rules in the Premier League, but we went in the contracts. What do you think of this situation with the new FIFA relegation on contracts now? If you buy a player, every single player will be getting a release clause on them now. What's your thoughts on that, Mark?
Oh, I think that's interesting. I think it can be a good thing and a bad thing, with a ridiculous release clause like what Pedri has, which is $1 billion. You know what I mean? That I think that makes no sense because he's probably going to stay at Barcelona for the rest of his life. Julian Alvarez, she mentioned before, 500 million, ridiculous business. It's not interesting. It does not make, it's unnecessary business. It's unnecessary, but I think, putting in reasonable release clauses in contracts will make it a lot easier for players to move clubs, make it a lot less long negotiations in the summer. The players are release clause, they meet it, the end. You know what I mean? If not, you're not interested. It's simple as that. And I think that's a good thing. Yeah, but the exaggerated release clause, those things are crazy, bro.
Like Barry just said though, do you think that smaller clubs will affect them as well, will suffer?
No, I actually think it will benefit the smaller clubs, to be fair, because a lot of small clubs is where the talent comes from. Like clubs like Man United, like Chelsea, we don't usually go on, we might buy some young talents, but then a club like Bournemouth, Brighton would come with a talent like a Caicedo, like Krupi, and we'd be like, let's go get this guy. He's really good, better than what we brought. He's actually, hitting the ground running, looking like he's at the level of the Prem. It's his first season, he's in 3 months in, and he's have more goals than some senior players. And you're thinking, yeah, let's go get this guy. I think it makes it a lot easier because, then, these smaller clubs will guarantee to earn a certain amount of money from the player. And it won't be a situation where Madrid and other clubs will like trying to force players into like ending their contract and walking on a free. You know what I mean?
Hell, piss off, will ya, with my teeth.
Mark, she ain't got her lights turned off today, so it won't shine as much.
That's okay. That's okay.
Is Tony Claude coming? Because I got his thing. Is he definitely coming? Because he's a bit late, isn't he?
He was supposed to respond to me, bro. Like he told me he would call me back, and most likely, but remember the season for him, he's a referee part-time. So right now the league is on. He has a lot of games to ref, so he probably stuck refing a game that went overtime. So that's the only thing I could.
If people on Tony, then big ups to everyone. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe to his channel. He's gone and bottled it as well.
I'm gonna message him.
Yeah, message him, say you use a bottler. Tell him, that Dan said he sent you a message, but you never respond to it no more. Has he got a new number, or I don't know, but I don't know if he's got a new number. I know I had a new number, but I don't know if he knows my new number. But
well, maybe he doesn't know your new number, Dan. I think that would be the most logical explanation.
But no, but 100%. So do you agree on this, Papa Charles? Do you think the benefit of this new income of the release clause on this contract, some players, do you reckon it affect the football, or do you think it'll affect the smaller clubs, or do you think it'll be easy for the other clubs?
In general, probably the smaller clubs, that I do agree sort of what Mark was saying, but I just think, like as I said, with the whole the Alvarez, not many teams are going to want to pay their release clause. They're really not. I certainly wouldn't be paying 500 million release clauses. The teams are going to get in so much debt, having to get out loans, etc. Imagine Chelsea trying to pay a 500 million release clause. We ain't got no money.
I mean, what I would say is I agree. I think that, when it have certain players like Alvarez or like right now it's Anderson, it's Tonali, it's Chouameni, it's these guys that demanding high purchases. So I look at it from a perspective, realistically, a lot of the players that we see going for 100 million, they're not worth it. 80 million, not worth it. Anthony Gordon to Barcelona, it's not worth 80 million pounds. Not today, not next year, not last 10 years. You know what I mean? And I think having these release clauses, you won't be able to put $1 billion on a kid. You know what I mean? So when you sign a player, it depends on how high he is coming, his rating, you know, there will be parameters. I believe that is where, you know, we should really look at things. Maybe there might be certain parameters that allow them to go from a 20 million release clause to a 60 million release clause upwards to 100. So I feel in those situations, it could be a faster transfer window or transfer summer when all players have release clauses. It means that if a club wants to get the player wants to go, the club meets the release clause, the player is gone. Now, in the grand scheme, it's an exchange for money. Smaller clubs need money. Yeah, let's be honest. So for smaller clubs, I would hope that they are the beneficiaries in a certain sense, that they would probably be able to put like 40 to 50 million release clauses on all the players initially. And maybe, you know, like if they have a good season, have the ability to increase that to like 50, 60. You know, big up to Flawless. Yo, I'm not sure, bro. You know, Tony was supposed to call me and let me know he was going to make it. I think he's refereeing a game. So he might be mad at me because I added this.
Skinny dipping, that's where he's gone. Running away, skinny dipping. That's where the fraud's gone.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it?
It's a bit mad because generally I think you know, for the likes of like a player like a club like Chelsea, you know, you all probably might be interested in like a Coop Miners or maybe like a Krupi to come in to replace Delap. And I think, you know, 80 million is reasonable. He shows a lot of promise and a lot of potential. But I think when it comes to like the 200 millions, the 500 millions, I think this is probably why they put that, so that all players come with release clauses. So maybe it's not something that every agent has to deal with. You know, so from that side of things, you know, not every player goes into a contract and then, you know, the club demands a release clause. So it's really a situation where now every player has a release clause. It's going to bring some standardization to the amount of money that they could put, because most release clauses are just whatever value a club decides to say, listen, I think this player is worth 80 million. I'm going to put this in your contract. If a club wants to come get you, they'll have to pay that. You know, of course, some players will sign these things because, you know, the agents might influence them and tell them, look, you have that potential. You know, if you have a great season, everybody's going to want you. And players will go ahead and say, okay, let's put this in my contract. Some of them might never realize that, you know, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
I agree what you're saying, Mark, and Papa Charles. But the contract situation with this release clause, don't you think it will affect the player? Because the players now can have the mind not to turn the release clause down and want to stay at the club. And the contract, like with Chelsea, with every single contract that with us, we when we bought a player, we were doing them stupid 6 year contract. Like still, now it ain't gonna happen because the FA is now from this contract set to all the clubs. If you go buy a player when you accept their release clause for 500, you got always, like with the contract and release clause, you got now do like a 3 to 4 year contract. So, if it works, good up to the good fair play to the FA, but FIFA. But I just don't think it might cause racks with every single club. What we're going, because say, like that's what I was saying to Papa Charles earlier, Mark. Say you yourself or for Chelsea Football Club or Man United went in for Vinicius Junior. The release clause was 150. So they say about they put 500 million, but the total amount would be like 150 to 200. You went and gone by saying went to speak to the Real Madrid chairman and their president and saying we're looking to buy such and such of Vinicius Junior. What happens if he says to them, I don't want to go nowhere, I want to stay at my club? He's got then the club got no choice, because it's in a day it's up to the player if they want to leave the club or not.
Yeah.
I think that doesn't change. You know what I mean? I think the player is still going to have a certain sense of I want to go, I don't want to go. And I think that is always going to be the first issue, not the last. You know, a club is not going to go in for a player that doesn't want to come to their club. So I think this is why negotiations happen, the order in which it happened. You know, they go to speak to the player's camp, speak to their agent, speak to the player, try to negotiate terms, try to find out what will interest the player into coming into your project. And if the player is interested, then you go ahead and you make negotiations with the club, and you say to the club, listen, we'd like to get this player. He's already agreed to come to us. Now we would be looking to pay you X based on whatever is the release clause, and then pay for it. But before that, I think, you're worried about that part, and you shouldn't be, because unless the player wants to go, the club can't come and, initiate the release clause. I don't think that's possible.
This is the problem that with obviously the Spanish teams at the minute, Atletico, Barca and Real Madrid. Obviously, Barcelona put in that £150 million bid, and then it obviously was rejected by Atletico Madrid, and then Atletico was like, you've got to pay the 500 million release clause. But then that's when Real Madrid turned around and was like, we're not offering no more money. They're like, we're not doing it. But it's more annoying, the fact that I feel like Alvarez now has to speak up. What do you want? Because no one knows in it. You're not speaking up. Your agent's not speaking up. Like, what do you want? Explain.
Well,
but
I would certainly say this, proper Chelsea. Like, it's funny. I don't really feel sorry for Alvarez one bit, and I won't say I don't care how he feels or I don't care what he wants, but I could tell you this: he wanted that contract. You know what I mean? And the only way he could have a 500 million release clause in the contract is if he said okay. Because it can't happen. The club can't just put a release clause in a player's contract and say you have to sign this. The club has to. There's a certain negotiation. Like the agent will say, look, we don't think 500 million is accurate. It's reasonable for him. Yes, he's very talented, but that's not his level. I don't think a club will come in with that. So let's look for something more like 150 and let's work from there. And then the club would say, well, we think more like 300, so maybe let's meet in the middle at 200. You know what I mean? Yeah. And the only reason I could say this to you guys is because this is, something I've been looking into for the last year and a half. So, next year I have my FIFA exam, should be a certified scout myself, an agent. So, I think it's one of those situations where you can't say that, everybody thinks the player doesn't have any say in this, but he signed that contract. He allowed them to put that in his contract. So therefore, we already know what he thinks. He agreed to it. So, which means he thinks if a club wants him so badly, they have to pay 500 million. Then stay at Atletico, bro. You probably never win anything for the rest of your career. Power to you.
I'm telling you now, Arsenal fans, Barcelona fans, Real Madrid fans, just to let you know, there was a moment where Alvarez went 3 months without scoring a goal. To let the man start Atletico, he's winning everything next season.
Ford again. You see what, Ravi? Do you know what, Mark? I tell you what, I think I've just noticed, Papa Chelsea's not a proper Chelsea fan. She's like the invisible fan in the sky. She's got a part of Tottenham, part of Atletico Madrid with red and white stripes. And she's part of Arsenal and a bit of Chelsea because she got a Mark, listen to you.
I think maybe she just likes a lot of football and she watches a lot of football. Maybe that's just
I think she's a fan follower. So where Conor Gallagher goes, now he's at Tottenham and she's a Conor Gallagher fan. It's Tottenham, so she's got a bit of Tottenham. But the thing is,
bro, listen, as a Man U fan, 100%. I still watch AC Milan games. I grew up watching AC Milan. The club I used to play for as a youngster was basically a feeder club of AC Milan. So, I will always watch AC Milan play. But as a Man United fan, I just would probably,
I'm going to allow her to explain herself on this one because, like, Ravi's just asked me in the text private, like, please just come out with this because we need to get her to come out of it. Right, do you know if you buy a shirt from a store, right, whatever number it is, you're going to know what name on your shirt is, isn't it? Well, Papa Charles on her TikTok earlier says, I bought a shirt for my boy, right, with his birthday number, but the number is got Declan Rice on it. And I'm thinking, what a fraud is that? Declan Rice.
I mean, it's an England shirt, bro. Like, it's an England shirt. I mean, I have to speak up on this one because I would not buy an England shirt, you know, but I would probably wear different Trinidad kits. You know what I mean? I have a Stern John kit. You know, he's my uncle. So, but Dwight York is the Man United player. I do have a Dwight York Trinidad kit as well. But Stern played for Nottingham Forest.
United, but he was at United.
Stern John played for Nottingham Forest, though. You know what I mean?
So, was at Chelsea.
In a Coburn,
you know
but never in the first.
It's one of those things.
But the thing is, Declan Rice is at Arsenal. Like, you don't buy an Arsenal player. I understand if you went and bought Reece James.
I think you English, bro. It's too deep. When it comes to the English team, everyone's English, bro. It
didn't have the back though. It just had number 4 and obviously my son's name.
Okay, your son's name with Declan Rice on the back of it.
It doesn't have Declan Rice on the back, bro. If it have our son's name on the back, bro.
No, it's got Declan Rice on the back of it. He's got Declan Rice on the back of it, Mark. Right,
yeah,
so
Ravi. You know what I mean? That works, though.
Rice, England number 4.
I'll tell you who else did play number 4, though. For Atletico Madrid.
Oh. Conor Gallagher. Oh, you know what? Oh my God!
I just remember that, and I was like, "Yeah, she is a Conor Gallagher fan." You know, she always talks about him in streams, especially. So, in the chat now, you know what I mean.
I won't embarrass you even more because earlier, she came out with a lot. Even Ravi will back me up on this one. She came out a lot of stuff on her TikTok. Like, it shocked me, man. It literally shocked me. Big ups to Barkup in the building. Mark, how far is Germany going? Big ups to.
I think Germany going all the way to the semis, bro. Like, it will be tough to beat Germany. Like, you know, the funny thing about it. A lot of people, I heard a lot of people really frustrated by the friendlies. Big up to Barkup as well. Shout out to you, bro. You know, and I think this is just me. If you look at Germany for the last 4 World Cups, which I have, leading up to the World Cups, if you can remember, the last one and the one previously, because all 4 would be a little bit much. I think Germany has never really shown any scintillating performances. They always lose more games than they win. But then when they get into the World Cup, they're unbeatable. At the last 4 World Cups, they went to at least a quarterfinal, if not a semi. So I say to you guys, like, you know, you have a German coach in England. When he do the same thing that Germany does, like, that's their tradition. He just did that. It looked that way to me, what he was doing with England. And what if their quarterfinals bounce son? You actually think, I don't know about you guys, right? But to think, to have some teams like maybe Ivory Coast or something that you think that will probably beat Germany when they meet them in a quarterfinal, I think you're crazy. You know what I mean? In the group stages is one thing, but when they get to knockouts, I think the 2 of them will go all the way, bro, to be fair.
Honestly, true. Germany, we could talk about after this and after about the Man United, about your club. We could talk about at the end, guys, about the World Cup as well, because I want to speak a bit of the World Cup as well. But we finished the contract, even though Tony Claude ain't turned up right, but I want to get an Arsenal fan on, but to speak about their club, what they're doing next season. But Bargaff, man, I might get Bargaff on, but he might waffle a little bit about he's not number 1 Premier League by cheating. But I know big ups to Bargaff. I'm only joking. All right, this is the new rule for the Premier League for the 2026-27 season. Breaking, as part of FIFA football transfer revolution. All players will now receive a 5% cut off their transfer fee. The system was already in place in Spain. Now we apply anywhere players have the option to waive this right, yeah? And I've got another one to put, yeah? And also, basically, also, the new transfer market, on the transfer market now, you could only have 1 international player to be in your club now. And the VAR is changing. Look, you know the Club World Cup. Have you seen it since yesterday's game, Mark and Papa Charles, and the VAR? Have you seen that new VAR FIFA World Cup tactic? What they've done now? Apparently, they're going to have that into the Premier League. So this time, there's going to be no mistakes of no cheating, because apparently Arsenal, there was an official FA when Egal put up, spot on. they cheated the Premier League, but the situation, the VAR, with this new thing, it ain't going to be like half an hour waiting. It's now going to be on it's like a coat log thing, like a screen coat log. And what it does on the pitch, on the coat log screen, it's like a little camera, and it's going to screen like it's like a scan. It will scan the pitch if you're offside, or if it's a foul, and that will tell you more based on the VAR for this new season. But it looks to me be like really good. But big ups to Daniel Knight, big ups to Dills in the building.
Big up, man.
Arsenal fans, you've all never seen Champions League of Europe. Big ups to Daniel Knight, trolling already. Big ups to Dan, big up Papa Charles, big up Mark from Dills. VAR needs changing the Premier League set piece. Yeah, 100% on Daniel Knight's very trolling already. Igalo, the top gooner. Oh, yeah, that's what I mean. Apparently, quickly having second thoughts of staying at Chelsea. And then Dan, will that work through you? You reckon? What, the VAR and all this stuff? I think it would. If the VAR, Mark, if they do this better VAR, what they're doing in this World Cup, and do the World Cup in the Premier League, and it actually works, then we've got somewhere as a rival fan, we will never complain on VAR's mistakes. But if it makes mistakes again in this Premier League, do you agree? Would you have been it off for the 2027 season?
What's that?
The VAR.
No, I think you know what? Yeah, the way the Premier League uses VAR is a bit frustrating. You know, if you look at AFCON, they use VAR very differently. If you look at the World Cup, it's used also very differently. And I think the biggest problem is not VAR, but is the referees in England. Because, first of all, how could you have consistency when every referee is allowed to make their own interpretation of what they're seeing? You know what I mean? If every single referee in the Premier League had a direct approach or maybe a guideline on how they should react to certain situations, you would see similar decisions being made across the board, which is how it's done in Germany, in France, in Spain, in the Dutch league, in the Portuguese league. You know what I mean? Even leagues not even ranked in the top 6 in UEFA, that you can't, if you score 100 goals there, you're not getting a trophy. But in the Prem, every single referee could interpret how he feels like and can decide a decision how he feels like. That's where you see some weekends, 4 tackles being made across the 10 games, very similar tackles. One gets a red card, one gets no card, one gets a yellow, and one gets a stern talking to. And the inconsistency is crazy. And I think that's really where the problem lies. It's not about VAR, because VAR is meant to assist the referee. But when you have people inside there who have preferences for clubs over the actual job that is supposed to be doing with integrity, and then you have people who want to defend them because, we feel sorry that their family might be on the breadline because they get fired for being a cheat. If it's a cheat, you get fired. This is just how it works. You know what I mean? And I just think it's going to be even more interesting when they bring this new VAR system, because it would take away a lot of the ability for the VARs not to make a decision, yes or no. You know what I mean? Because before, some VAR, you would hear some reports that the VAR decide, it didn't look too good. It's Man United, we will let that pass, when really it was a penalty or a foul. You know what I mean? So,
did you see yesterday they had to use was it the World Cup? I can't remember what game it was, but they, for the first time ever, they used a mistaken identity. That to do the VAR for that, mistaken identity. It's crazy.
You're right, Josh. You're right. What you said there. Go on, Mark.
What I would say is a lot of people making decisions about football right now don't even play football, and they never played football. They never been on a pitch. They don't know what it feels like to be on the pitch. And some people might be mad that I'm saying this, but in some instances, you can't decide things just because you like football and you have a knowledge of football. You need to be playing the game, because these cooling breaks at the World Cup is rubbish. Let's be honest. You know what I mean? It's either you're gonna you could make it or not. This is why you have 5, 6 substitutions. Like, I just think it's irresponsible. What are we doing here? But even more so, people hated Sepp Blatter. But look at the World Cup that Infantino brought them. You know what I mean? Like, Sepp Blatter would never allow a referee to be kicked out and not allowed into our country. Yeah. Sepp Blatter would never allow England to have their van robbed. He would never allow these things to happen.
No.
You know what I mean? He would not allow the USA to multiply ticket prices by 10 just because they felt that, you know, it should be 10,000.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be cheaper. You know, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? And I think this is where we need to go back to the original identity of football. You know, it's a sport about passion and love. It's for everybody, and it's not about making the most money. Sadly.
Yeah, that is true.
But basically, this is an FA. This is the proper FA website for the new law of the 2026-27 season, Mark. Yeah, big ups to everyone and loving us and making sure you're loving and supporting the chat as always, and to the panelists as well. And big ups to people in Tony Claus stream as well. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe to his channel, and especially my bro Mark's End's channel as well. Make sure you hit the likes because he's doing good content. You saw Chelsea fan, I don't know the other one who might be the Man United fan. They've done the watch on for Mark's stream earlier. So make sure you just go hit the like and subscribe to that channel as well, man. But this is what basically this is sweeping changes to combat thing. Big up to Dan United. What about set piece when asked to hold on players and getting away with this last season? So that's spot on. This is what it will tell you now, Daniel, when I come and read this. Daniel, you are right. So many fouls get overlooked in the build-up to set piece. Yep, spot on. Like and subscribe. Subscribe to everyone who is on the show. Yep, big up, sorry. We are 10 subscribers away from 500. Come on, people. Get me up to 500. So, this is what it comes out. Where it shows you the Arsenal. Increased treatment breaks as substitutions. Countdown Premier League rules change for the 26-27 explain. The Premier League has announced a comprehensive suite of mandatory law changes and advocating guidelines ahead of the 26-27 campaign delivered in tandem with PGML and informed by extensive and annual football survey. The updates heavily target times wasting tactics while refining these holds for video.
The threshold.
Yeah, refresh. Yes, it. Yeah, assistant. I'm not going to play that because we don't want to get copyrighted. Sweeping changes to combat delays. Top flight clubs will operate under strict new time limiting. Laws designed to streamline match pacing and eliminate clinical
disruption tactics.
Disruption tactic. Injured players required on field assessment must now remain off the pitch for a minimum of 1 minute, doubling the previous direction. Furthermore, rigorous new countdown parameters have been introduced for throw-ins, goal kicks, and players' substitution. With several operation penalties in force, it will start exceed these specified windows. Officiating protocols, get a restrictor. The overarching regarding frameworks has been heavily adapted following deep consultation with the game improvement advisory group official will occur and in its hands. We boost focus on mental holding offensive. Like when you said Daniel Knight when they're holding the players, simulation and unfair physical challenges inside the penalty area. Crucially, Fidget's assistant referee will also expand their intimate jurisdiction, receiving a mandatory green light to formally review incident involving contested second yellow cards. Okay, survey the data shape physical threshold. The implementation of these technical directives follows overruling feedback from an independent stakeholder. Survey which highlighted whispered frustrated regarding goalkeeper tactical timeouts, and an info room 96% of respondents voted to protest the division from its high physical their holds for fouls. Consequently, the league confirmed it will reject opportunity international law expansions, preserving the core speed and competitive identity of the English game. Managers face intense tactical. Coaching staff must rapidly overhaul their in-game management.
Overhaul.
Overhaul. Okay. their in-game management protocols during pre-season training to avoid falling foul of the strict substitution countdown. Squad known for installation
the function mid-game.
Yeah, functional mid-game. Process will find their defensive reshaping and completely compromised by the lengthy mandated injury of absence. These operational shifts will heavily penalise discipline teams across an increasingly intense open winter schedule, providing stern tactical tests for managers. VAR. Okay, this is VAR.
Before you go to VAR, bro, let's just give them a little tidbit on. We'll just mention the bits on what's going on with the substitutes now, because with the substitutions, you have a 10-second rule, and the 10-second rule means that the player and the switch has to happen in 10 seconds. So when the board goes up, the player has to either go off the side of the pitch or run to the line to get substituted off. So in the event that the player is injured, of course, he will be taken off the field with a stretcher if need be. That's the only point in which a player will not be penalized for taking too long to get off the pitch. So this is one of the rules. The player will receive a yellow card. You know what I mean? And if the player coming onto the pitch delays, he will also receive a yellow card. So this is one of the... What's that?
I think that's a good one. I like that. It's going to save so much time wasting, so much. Especially because obviously if you're winning, you're going to time waste, aren't you? Walking off the pitch, which in a way is going to be like, obviously, if it was Chelsea, I'd be like, oh, all right. But I think there's too many teams now just time wasting, and it slows it down. And then half of the time at the end of the game, you don't even get the right amount of time added anyway. So it's pointless. Just walk off the side of the pitch, whatever side's closest, then it's done then. I like it.
100%. It's good to see, you know, to be fair. Like, I think some of the changes will improve the game. You know, again, you know, I think there's lots of situations. Big up to Miss Molina in the building. Maybe you could get Miss Molina to come and take over since Tony's not here, you know. I think, that might make it...
Yeah, I did try to text Miss Molina. I didn't know if she was going to be busy today because she's celebrating Canada winning. They drew yesterday, didn't they? But I didn't know if she'll be busy in the World Cup situation on the channel. But if she's free, she could come on. We could hear about what she thinks of the new rules, relegations and stuff. But like, Miss Molina, if you're free, I'll send you the link. If you're free, if you could come on, then we could hear about what's your thoughts on your club doing for next season, and what you think of the new FA rules as well. If you're free, type up, let us know. I would like Miss Molina. Let us know.
Ravi, you need to play nicely, bro. You know what I mean? They did win the league after all. You have to give them at least the summer to have, you know, their grace in the summer. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Champions of Europe. Never seen that. Yeah. No, I can't. No, but it's football's over now. We're talking about the 20.
I mean, it's a big thing to get a draw in the World Cup, yeah, bro. To have some teams that go to the World Cup and never win, never draw, they just lose. You know, multiple years at the World Cup, losing 3 games back to back. It's tough. It's tough out there.
I know the Miss Million, yeah, big up to Ravi as well. So yeah, so do you think that's good then, Papa Chelsea and Mark, what they're doing for this season? It's brilliant what they're. Well, I'm going to talk about now. Premier League introduced new changes in the 2029. This is the VAR now. We're going to basically talk about the VAR, what I was explaining, what the FIFA World Cup is. Miss Molina, if you're there, let me know. I can send you the link. So I do need to, because Tony's bottled it, so we need someone.
Me back.
And so Deji Spurs as well. Deji Spurs has bottled it as well. But okay, so I'm gonna this is the for the Premier League the new thing, yeah, for VAR. Right. Premier League introduced the new rules for 2026. Let me just look for the VAR because I don't want to read the same thing. What? Close that. Oh wait. All right, the first perhaps I'm going to change relation profile, perhaps most rest of VAR. Where's the bloody VAR?
Miss Melina, you know, I think
Yeah,
I'm not
go
the
on.
guy, you know. Well, power to you, though.
Well, what would you say? We go to
Jeez.
this video. Let us champions rest down. I am actually working hard, but saw you were all live and wanted to support. Yep. We can't let you non-champion league winners West, can we? Because you're not Champions League winners. You're not the big guns. Papa Charles, don't let Mark draw you out. He can be loud. Yeah, he can. Mark keeping it large always when it's been three World Cups since United last won the league. But you cheated the league, Miss Melina. You cheated the league. Come on, you can't be celebrating that. You told us you can't be celebrating that. Big up to SW6 Steve in the building. Here we go. Popped in to say hi as heading off the US on Monday for the England World Cup game while there are the Chelsea. Yeah.
Get in, SW Steve.
Yeah.
Well done, Steve.
USA v Paraguay. Ring gets a yellow for an alleged foul on Amron. VAR then steps in. Ream's card is rescinded, and then Amron got a white for yellow for diving. Great new rule. Bring it to the Prem. This is what we're talking about now. We're talking about the Prem now, SW6 and Kel as well. Dan, thought on my comment on Harry Kane. Do you remember that game? Yeah, I do remember that game, Harry. Oh, yeah, I certainly do. Mark Lowe, moving match, yeah.
Yeah, bro, you know, I just giving Arsenal fans the summer, you know, I'm being nice, you know, Tony's my brethren, you know, we Trinis just do it to you, just give you a little time, you know what I mean? When it's August 31st, it's up, you know, Miss Melina,
really,
we'll have a discussion then.
But Miss Melina can't see that though, innit? Look. They're fan of the year in London, isn't they?
Even West Ham there.
Even West Ham are bigger than Arsenal and Crystal Palace. Like that.
Wow.
Champions of the world. Like, yeah, there could be that England champ should be England cheat champs. Yeah.
I mean, you know, sometimes everyone deserves some charity. You know what I mean?
But Mark, look, she can't talk to you. Look, Man City that night in Istanbul, Chelsea that night in Munich at their home ground, Man United that night in Barcelona when you beat Barcelona and Barcelona beat them in the final, beat Arsenal in the final. Can you remember that game in 2006? Then,
of course.
Then Liverpool that night in Madrid. Liverpool beat Madrid, but they're still celebrating the 5-1 against Real Madrid. It's like nothing really to like Declan Rice. We've done that against Real Madrid as well. And good night to Arsenal in the European. Like they can't really talk, can they? They can't talk till when they've got everything in history. Then they could speak to us, Mark. Arsenal who? Yeah, Arsenal who?
They don't sit at the table, Ravi. You know what I mean? We could only discuss with those who right next to us. You know, see the discussion runs freely between myself and Proper Charles, Dan, you know, Liverpool fans, you know, in extension, Man City fans, you know. These things happen. Even with Nottingham Forest fans, we have a direct discussion. But, you know, we have to look across the table down there to see the Arsenal fans who don't sit where European winners sit. You know what I mean? But it is what it is.
Arsenal won't be able to get away with nothing either from now on with all these new rules either, so they won't be able to cheat. So their chance of getting any European football is way out the window. They might as well just give up and walk home now. They're not. They're telling me they think they're getting the double one next year as well.
Back to back.
Back to back.
Back to back. Yeah. They reckon.
Oh man. I don't know about that one, you know. The only things I know about Arsenal having back-to-back is players telling them no and going to Man United or going to Chelsea. You know, it happens back-to-back, even in back-to-back summers. But, yeah, winning a title back-to-back, I don't think Arsenal has done that since I've been alive. You know what I mean? I think they've won.
They haven't never done it. They've never
done a back-to-back.
Never.
Chelsea have.
Yeah, we have. But they're telling us also, Mark told us, Vinicius Junior is going to Arsenal in the summer.
I don't know, bro. I know they're interested in the player. Vinicius Junior. I heard that from Tony. So this is why I was hoping Tony would be here. He said they're in for Vinicius Junior. They're looking for a big-time winger to bring to the left to replace Martinelli.
What puff cake are they on? What puff cakes are they on? I heard they're getting Gappo. You're right there, Ravi. Now I might be getting Gappo. That's more like what wanna finish your junior, innit? Gappo. Arsenal Series bottle jobs like the team in North London. Yeah, cool, Tottenham. Okay, yeah. So anyway, guys, let's crack on and we can talk about your club afterwards, and then we can talk about Arsenal. This is the new VAR, but this is for the women's team for next season. All right. But it's the same. It's got what goes with the men's team as well. VAR may now review 2 infrequent but potentially match-changing decisions instance. An incorrect red card resulting from a clear wrong second yellow card. A player wrongly being shown a yellow card or a red card when the offence was committed by another player or either a team. Right? Committed by another player, either a team. The offence itself cannot be reviewed except in the context of mistaken identity. Keep up to date with all like such as such. And yeah, basically, law changes in 2017. The law 5 and 6 VAR protocol mistaken identity and clearing incorrect thing. So, what do you think of the new VAR, Papa Charles? And then like when I was saying what the World Cup's doing now when they go have that laser thing. What's your thoughts on this new VAR?
I like it, and as I said, there's pretty much all these rules that are coming into play, so I haven't got an issue with if it stops teams from cheating, and then I'm happy with it. And I think a lot of things end up getting done a lot quicker. But then, am I going to be one of these that if it don't go my way, I'm going to go back on myself? Be like, I don't agree in it now. I'm sure it will work. I'm sure. I like it. From what I'm reading, I like it.
Mark?
I mean, I think the new VAR should have been what VAR was doing last season. I think what changes also are needed a bit more AI inclusion, you know, automatic offsides, automatic offside, automatic goals. You know what I mean? I think these things need to be automatic because I don't trust some of the VAR lines that they've drawn, especially in games against yourselves and Arsenal. I've seen lines look very much diagonal and not, you know, straight. Yeah. You know what I mean? When they do architecture and stuff like that, it's interesting. You could always see a straight line from a mile away. So I feel like, you know, these are the decisions I feel like should be artificial intelligence made. I like that with the World Cup, you know, when a ball goes in the back of the net, the chip says so, you know, that it crossed the line. The chip says here offside. The chip says this. I rather believe the chip. If the chip is wrong, so be it. But when it comes to a person saying, yeah, that's an offside, you know, Garnacho was offside. Man United is not 2-1 up versus Arsenal at the Emirates. That changes things. That took us from 4th all the way to 8th in that season. You know what I mean? And yeah, sack the referees off because I feel like a lot of these referees are getting protected for being scums. And I don't know where in the world you're allowed to be shit at your job and get bonuses and get, you know, praise for it. But I guess in the Premier League as a referee.
I think it'll benefit the new championship teams that are coming up also because we're going to have to adjust to the new rules and they're just coming in. So obviously they're not going to know the new rules properly either. So I feel like it will benefit them joining us knowing the new rules, if that makes sense. Obviously they're going to have to adjust the whole VAR thing anyway. But I feel like it will sort of benefit them in a way.
Oh, another note. If you get into a little confrontation with another player and you do this, you get a yellow card and possibly a red card. Which is very good. You know? You can't tell some, you know what I mean? Up yours, Dan.
Up yours, Mark. Question 2, Mark. Question for all of us from Ravi. The Ford watch. There's another one. Question for all: do you think VAR screws teams in the decisions?
Again, I don't think it's VAR. I think it's the people using the VAR.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I can't believe I ain't got a Liverpool fan here tonight. It's meant to come on, but he's busy. Because I want to.
They're all on vacation, bro.
I want to ask him in Roundup because Liver VAR Paul Ravi in it. LiverFOOLS. They know about the FA when they're writing 2020. Was it 2024? Type into FA crying about the Tottenham game, about the VAR position when they lost that game to try and get that Premier League, and they cry to VAR about the FA. Remember that, Ravi? You should know. You should know about VAR, Paul. Like Arsenal, how VAR did it?
Radford's back 2016. Radford's back 2016 himself.
Does he? Yeah. I heard he's got a bit of Tottenham in his heart, in his dreams. Like
Chelsea, he knows more about Chelsea than he does Liverpool.
Oh yeah, it does. He went to the protest with you as well, didn't he? But big up to Ravi, man. God bless. But yeah, so the VAR situation. But now this is the big guns. Mark, Manchester United Football Club, mate. All right. Carrick is signed a new contract for 2 years. Yeah. What do you expect for this season, mate? What's your strength? What do you think where you'll be finishing this season? Like, what's your quotations on Man United for this season? How is Carrick going to do well for you? Is he going to get you very far in the Champions League? What's your reputations on like? Are you looking to strengthen your squad because now Casemiro's not there no more, and Onana's back as well, and he's hard to get sold. Oh Nana, what's your name? Oh Nana, what's your name? Well, big ups, yeah. And
all right, well, let's start with Daniel Knight's question: who's going to buy Rashford? You know, to be fair, bro, I'll start there because I think it's an interesting point. You know, Barcelona decided they want to go and get the shitty English winger. That's fine. You know, when they don't win the league next season and he doesn't score 10 goals in La Liga, you know, because he has no tech. You know what I mean? The guy can barely dribble. He can push the ball past you and run. He's not a better free kick taker than Rashford. He's not a better striker than Rashford. He's not a better finisher than Rashford. So let's just see how good he does. They don't want to buy him. I'll bring him home. And if he doesn't want to stay, we'll sell him somewhere else. He'll go on loan. It's not a big deal for us. You know, we're not too pressed. You know what I mean? He wants to leave. We're giving him his wing, letting him spread his wings and be free. You know what I mean? It's not a problem. Moving on from Rashford, well, we've already told Onana that, you know, you might be here. You could enjoy the summer in Manchester, but you need to find a club come September. So this is what's going on right now with Onana. You know, I told everyone, when they tried to force him on Ten Hag, he didn't want the guy. He kicked him out of Ajax, you know, 6 seasons previously. Then they tried to force him down again, you know, but, you know, at least the one good thing Amorim did was get rid of Onana. Thank you, Amorim. You know what I mean? But this season, I
think you should keep him. He's a great addition to your club.
Maybe so, but I think Chelsea's in more need of a goalkeeper. You know what I mean? I think you guys would definitely do better with him. Big up. Hey, yo, bro, you know how long I looking for you? I said you was missing in action, bro. I thought they got you over there in Scandinavia. You know what I was about to come looking for you, bro. I haven't heard you in weeks.
Overhead, big up to Overhead Kick.
Yeah, shout out to Canny in the building. It's going to be very interesting, Chelsea. You know, I think you guys should be looking at Onana. He's definitely better on the ball than what you have. And I think he's a better shot stopper than what you have right now currently at your club.
Sanchez is way better, mate. I can't lie. I wouldn't have
Sanchez is better than who?
Onana.
Did you check? Sanchez concedes more goals than Onana, bro. Like, I'm just being honest.
Well, what's Onana won for Man United? What's Onana won for that loan company? Did Onana got even a Golden Glove? Sanchez got a Golden Glove in the Club World Cup.
Wait, as the Club World Cup, the summer games, the summer games. Are you talking about the summer games? We're talking about the Premier League, my brother. We're not talking about the summer games.
It's not a summer game. It's the Club World Cup champions.
Has he ever got a Golden Glove in the Premier League, bro? He's never seen it, bro.
World champions in the world. Yeah, we can't say that.
Listen.
Look at that. Look.
All I have to say is this, right? You can talk, but where are you? Where are you, bro? You called me for 6 months. Every day you would call me at work. You'd say, hey, bro, it's good to see you down there. How are you doing? How are you feeling, bro? You know, do you want some coffee down there? I know it's a bit cold. You know what I mean? And then one day I called you and you're like, I'm sick, bro. I can't come to the phone right now.
I was in
And I'm
hospital.
like,
That's no excuse.
are you sure?
I was in hospital.
Did you fall down the hill? Because I'm looking down at you. You're all the way in ninth, bro. What happened there? You know what I mean?
Okay,
I think next season is going to be interesting. Man United, really and truly, all kicks aside, I think we're having a very good start to the transfer summer. Having Edison come in as a backup midfielder is very good for us. He's very good going forward, and he's better defensively. So it's a player who can come, probably play in the 8 role, probably, you know, play that defensive role in moments. He can alternate. You know, we are also about to secure the signing of Fernandez. Struggle.
Facts, I think you. But Mark, Mark, the situation is, you might tell us where we were, but at least we didn't finish the season before that when you're fighting relegation 15th, and then you had, and there was no excuse last season.
If you have a coach,
but was you no? Hang on, my brother. Was you not in the Champions League last season? Was you in the Champions? No, you weren't. Was you? Did you not get battered by Grimsby Town? Could you remember that in the cup match?
How could you get battered losing on pens? I'm trying to figure out. How could you get battered losing on pens? Last I checked, you had a league double done. You don't want to do this, bro. You don't want to do this. It's been 15 years.
Listen to me,
any club has done a league double.
Listen to me, Bob. Listen to me, Bob.
Any club, I just want to know.
I'm the Chicago, but I'm the say to you, but did they not sing? We want Man United every single week. Could we have Man United every single week, my brother? Man United, could we have Man United? Yeah.
One second.
Could we have Man United?
One second.
Then you got subbed up by Brighton in the FA Cup, but us are doing what you did last season. Well, Chelsea are doing.
I don't know why you worried about the FA Cup, you know, because
we finished 10th,
what's
but you finished 15th. What's embarrassing?
Right? You know, check this out. You see this
here? Embarrassing?
You know, he's still looking for Chelsea. Looking for Chelsea. That's looking for Chelsea, bro. You know, he's looking for Chelsea, literally with his torchlight on.
Oh, we was looking for United. You went at 15.
He's gonna win it, yeah.
I mean,
win it next season.
I mean, for the first time, have you all not checked? The Champions League has reported a 4,000%, a 40% reduction in viewership this season. For the first time in 15 years, the Champions League did not hit their target of 14 billion views. They did not, for the first time in 15 years. And I want you guys to guess why Man United wasn't in Europe, people. When Man United is in Europe, it's a big thing. Everyone's watching. You know what I mean? And if Daniel Knight thinks that PSG will beat Man United, I want Daniel Knight to use Google or ChatGPT and ask him, how many times have they faced Man United? How many times has Man United beaten them? Did he forget that Rashford did Kylian Mbappe this? Better luck next time, Kylian. You know what I mean?
But big ups to Ricky,
in the final, bro.
Big ups. Yeah? I could take Banter, dentist situation. But the thing is, the last time I saw you, Man United, win in the Champions League, you didn't get far in the round 16 when you lost that pub team in the Champions League group stage. Who was that? Covenberg, where they start with K. Can you remember that? Can you remember that, Mark? When you got hammered by them, you didn't get to the round 16. But before, when we couldn't score goals, at least we got further to the semi-finals. And then if we had a goal scoring machine, we would have beaten Real Madrid and got into another final, maybe won it. But you guys can't reach out the Champions League final, mate.
Remember, we're world champions 4 years as well.
World champions for 4 years. Well done, Papa Charles. Yeah,
I was world champion for 4 years.
And Ricky, I bet you dried your eyes out when you went to the dentist
for 4 years. You know that?
Get your new teeth cleaned.
If I don't pave the way, how could Chelsea get there? If I don't pave the way, how could Chelsea strive to be there? If Man United doesn't do it first, how could you even think it's possible, bro? You should be thanking me. You should be thanking me for paving the way. Showing you guys how to beat PSG. Showing you guys how to win a Club World Cup. Showing you guys how to win the Champions League.
How was Spurs in the European? How was Spurs?
It was interesting. I was there. It was disappointing, you know, to be there in person after spending so much money. You know, I did have 4 tickets, so I sold 2 for like
big up to
so much.
Man.
It was nice.
Was you going? United slapped.
I had 4 tickets and 2 of my friends cancelled, and then the tickets went up to like 1,500 a ticket on the day.
Mark,
Right.
he said, this is for you. United slap PSG in Paris, you fool.
Obviously, we will slap PSG every single time.
Yeah,
And
but
I
we slapped
promise
PSG.
you,
Did we not
Enrique
slap-
will see Man United
did we
coming
not
and he
slap
will say, you
PSG?
know what?
Did we not
Let's
slap
just forget this.
No, but did not we got head to head against PSG, we got a better record than them. And everything, and did not, before everyone at Chelsea Football Club or proper Chelsea saying we were gonna get slapped up by PSG. We had every single rival fan, Arsenal.
Not everyone.
Man
I told you you
United.
would win, bro.
Mark,
I
no,
told
you
you
didn't.
you would win.
Mark, you lied.
I told you
woke
would
me up.
win. Don't do this.
No, you're trying to lie. He phoned me up.
Listen,
You
hold on.
phoned me up and
Where's
told me
deals in the
you're
chat?
getting
I
slapped
saw
up by
deals in the chat.
PSG today.
Deals.
Hey,
Deals. Come and let this man know what time it is, because Deals wasn't the call. I told you
rang
was
us
going
up
to
saying
win.
PSG's going to slap us that day, and when we phoned you, you went hiding. And next day, you said I didn't answer the other day because I was ill. Because the pale on your face, seeing us beat PSG in that final, you told us we was getting slapped up. Come on, you can't tell you. I know you're my brother. I love you, my boy, but I know you know yourself. See what I mean, guys?
I'm an honest football fan, you know.
Yeah.
I could be honest, and I did tell you would win. I mean, there is times I will tell you Chelsea does do some things. You know, Cucurella dived against Man United multiple times. I didn't like to see those things. You know, when you had Nono Madueke grabbing Dalot trunks and dropping himself to the floor to get a penalty, you know, I didn't complain. You know what I mean?
That was
but this season, Man United has been sharing league doubles around like if it was popcorn. You know, you had one. You know what I mean? Liverpool had another one. You know what I mean? This other team get one. You know, we shared it around. Enjoy that. And next season, more to come. I don't know if we'll do the league double over you guys next season. But what I can tell you is Man United certainly is competing for the top 3 next season. You know, it would be interesting if we complete this amazing transfer list that we have. You know, we have Fernandez, about Son. You know, next should be Tchouaméni, but I think we're going to skip the midfield and go for attacking player. You know, we have a few targets in mind. I thought we were shopping really, really English this summer.
What about Casemiro? Who's going to be replacing Casemiro?
Tchouaméni, you know, £86 million plus add-ons. It's going to happen. I promise you. I told you about Sesko. You didn't believe me then.
No bants aside. This is proper good stream. I just want to consider day. I don't want to.
Yeah, there's no bants, bro. I'm telling you, Man United by the end of the summer, that 86 million deal will be there.
What if you don't? What happens if you don't?
If he doesn't come, why won't he come? It's Man United, bro. It's not Chelsea.
I don't see Man United
you know what I mean?
Next season, Dan. I can't see United. I think United would be like 7th next season.
Are you still looking at Llorente? You know they were looking at Llorente, Man United.
Yeah, Llorente.
We had looked at Llorente, but I think Llorente wants to be a starting player, and we were just looking at him as a backup. Ravi, I know it's not Ultimate Teams, bro, but you know, Man United's got the money. We're the one club that's in the top 6 right now. We got the money, and we sold really well already. We just made £100 million.
Papa Charles, I'm going to my bro started his fantasy world, getting money for next season, where he's been playing FIFA FC career mode. So all the players by Tchouaméni, by Osimhen, by Vinicius Junior, by Barcola.
I don't even really like Vinicius Junior, bro. I don't know what you mean. I would not buy him for Manchester United. I don't think he suits what we're trying to do.
I'm joking, but yeah, man. Anyway,
we're not signing him for 85 million, Ravi. We are signing him for 65 million plus 5. But when the news hits you, just remember I told you first, bro. 65 plus 5. That's the deal that we agreed.
Find dusty West Ham players.
Manchester United is that Old Trafford League stuff. Yeah, I know Man United are in there. I just don't get where they're going to get this 85 million from.
What do you mean?
Guys, do your top 4 for next season, first to 4th in the order. Yeah,
top 4?
Yeah,
last season I did my top 4. The only team that disappointed me was Chelsea. Yeah, I predicted Chelsea to be 3rd. Man United to be 4th. I was like,
no, you did.
Man City, Arsenal, Chelsea, Man United, Liverpool, Aston Villa, Liverpool 6th. Right? That was my top 4 last season.
No, you did.
And I swapped places. I ended up 3rd. Chelsea, you guys were disappointing. You know, that's your fault, bro. You guys wanted to get rid of the manager that was doing so well for you.
Okay. We'll do that afterwards, yeah. Right, we'll do this after. But now let's talk because big ups to Darth in the building as well. We ain't got a Liverpool fan on because he bottled it. We ain't got an Arsenal fan on there because that's why they're bottlers. I'm gonna come with you, Papa Charles, and I'm gonna come with you, Mark. Liverpool situation for this season with Imola now in charge as Liverpool. Do you think will they do well this season? Do you reckon they're strengthened? Because Mo Salah's gone, Konate's gone. They're looking to sell Gakpo, as Barry says. What's your reputation on Liverpool this season? Do you reckon they're strengthened and do another title, or
no? I don't believe they will, and I still think it's going to take them at least another year to build with that team that they've got. They've spent all that money and they've had injury after injury. And I think next season they're probably finished 4th. And then I think the season after that they could potentially go on and win the league again. Okay. But I hate Liverpool.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I kind of on the opposite side of things here. I'm a big fan of Iraola. I think he's an amazing coach. I think he's a much better coach than a lot of coaches in the Premier League, actually. You know, what he has done with Bournemouth is nothing short of amazing. You know, I think, you know, people might discredit him because he was at Bournemouth. But when you think about Bournemouth having a budget of £20 million a transfer window, and he's slapping teams like Mainz, like Chelsea, like Liverpool, competing with them every season, and he's been climbing up the league steadily. Now he's in Europe next season with a team that, God knows, they should not even be in the top 10. You know what I mean? Like, they've got 10,000 fans. Their stadium is barely bigger than the National Stadium in Trinidad and Tobago. And yeah, their club, I think 2 players at Chelsea earn as much money as their entire football team. So it's one of those situations where you look at a manager that's done amazing with a group of players that has the ability, potential, but maybe not the credibility and not the, you know, the same sort of dynamic when they go into a club with history or with a lot of money. So I think going to Chelsea, to Liverpool for Iraola is a move that I did not want to see happen. Now that it has happened, I think it benefits Liverpool greatly. On the contrary, I think they do have a squad that's ready for Iraola. I think Etikite will be his starting striker. He's scintillating. I think that he's going to start Gakpo. Gakpo is going to refine his form. I think there's going to be a situation where Szoboszlai probably goes to the bench and comes in as a substitute. But I think the Liverpool team becomes a little bit stronger and a little bit more compact. They may not find that consistency in the first half of the season, but after January, I think everybody's going to be in for a shocker with Liverpool, because I think that's when they're going to finally understand what the manager is expected of them. And of course, all their players should be match fit at that point and ready to finish the season on a high. Might be disappointing.
Do you think Darwin Núñez, because there've been links back with Darwin Núñez going back to Liverpool, do you think he's going back there because he's not settled at the Saudi League? Do you reckon Liverpool getting back? Because I don't see why they would want to get Núñez, why they got Ekitike and Isaac. But Ekitike say he wants to leave. He don't want to be the second fiddle striker by Isaac. So do you think they'll sell Ekitike and get Darwin Núñez back?
I think you guys might get Darwin Núñez, bro.
Don't do it to us, Mark.
We'll talk about our.
No, I'm not being funny. I'm not trying to banter, but I think you guys might end up getting Darwin Núñez. But you know, I would say, if you have 100 million, go get Etikite, bro. Like, don't forget Osimhen, forget everything else. Just go get Etikite, bro. That guy is fire. Yeah.
Yeah, we're also linked with Florian works for Liverpool as well for Alonso, because apparently they're good friends, and he
that's not happening, bro. It's not happening. Forget about it. That's just agent. That's just the agents talking and smiling and jokes, but that is banter, bro. He's not leaving.
Okay, yeah, we never know. But with me with Liverpool, quick, well, because I want to quickly go.
Besides, Cole Palmer is so much better than that guy. Like,
yeah, of course he is. Yeah, no, I'm going to quickly go on Liverpool because I want to change the subject and we'll go to Arsenal and we'll go to my club, and after we go to Tottenham, then we could talk about the World Cup, and then we do the top 4, then we'll talk about a bit of the World Cup, and then we end the stream here. With Liverpool, I'm thinking they spent a lot of money last season. Van Dijk's lost his legs. He looks like a broken record since he ain't been the same since 2 seasons ago. Most Salah, the Salah Egypt king, what they say he is, he ain't gonna be there no more. Gapu, I think they took the man's off United, yeah. Where he would apparently
they didn't take him off us, bro. We didn't go in for the player.
Oh no, they did.
Be a Man United player, but we decided no longer.
Mark, you did want him.
Let's not do this, bro.
They beat the battle to you. I think if he gets the right players in that team, Darwin Núñez is nowhere coming to Chelsea. We're nowhere interested in Darwin Núñez. So if not, the Núñez do go. We go get
you have. He is better than what you have.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
He is better than Delap, bro.
Yeah, he ain't better than Esteval. He ain't better than Esteval.
Esteval is not a striker, bro.
But
he is better than Esteval up front,
Núñez
bro.
is not a striker. He's more like a winger type, isn't he?
Nah, bro. He's a striker, bro.
I wouldn't have him anyway.
He's better than what you have up front, bro.
Yeah, probably in Liam Delap. I agree, but
I think João Pedro is not
Mark, we're not. He's not way better than João Pedro. So let's put that rubbish. It'd be good for United. You could take him. Right, you could take him at United if you want, but the thing is,
I look like I need a striker, bro.
Well, you do. He's better than Sesko, isn't he? Sesko the Tesco. But anyway, we're not talking about Chelsea yet. So we will come to that. Ray, I think Liverpool, if they can get a solid centre back, looks like Alisson's not going to be there next season. If they could get another decent goalkeeper in to replace. Because they've heard about that second goalkeeper meant to be one of the best other goalkeepers, but I don't think he's that good enough. If they could get a centre back in a midfield, another midfielder for Liverpool, I think they might do well this season. If it depends on the injuries with Isak. But anyway, we'll move on from there. But let's talk about Arsenal or Tottenham.
No, let's talk about Chelsea, bro.
No, we'll talk about Chelsea. We'll talk about Chelsea.
No, because Chelsea, there's a lot going on at Chelsea right now, bro. And you know, we're here right now. There's no Liverpool fans here. There's no Arsenal fans here. Let's talk about Chelsea because the incredible
Alonso.
I had to ask about Alonso, to be fair. You know what I mean? This guy is a good coach. I respect him for what he's done at Leverkusen. Like I watch Leverkusen a lot. I am not a Bayern fan. I live in Dusseldorf, so I watch Dusseldorf. But I could say that I like Leverkusen because I've seen Leverkusen from since I was a kid. The 1804 is synonymous. It's a nice coat. It looks kind of like the Man United emblem as well. So that's where it got me. You know what I mean? But I'd say this. This is not Germany. This is the Premier League. It's a bit more fast. It's a bit more physical. I think it's going to take a little bit of time for him to get himself, up to it. Managers don't do the same thing over and over for 90 minutes in the Prem. In Germany, they're told to attack, and just, let the game finish how it is. But in the Premier League, guys tweak their lineup. They do different tactics. How is your new manager gonna cope with that, bro? Sesko's a walking lamppost. Hey, bro, I wish. Ravi, you shouldn't talk like this, bro, because I will take some screenshots and I will look for you when we play Chelsea this season. And after we do the double again this season, I'm going to call you up, Ravi. I'll get your number from proper Chelsea and I'll call you and be like, good day, mate. This is Mark N.
But we beat Liverpool this season. Mark, but we beat Liverpool this season.
League double scored.
Did Arsenal beat Liverpool this season?
I don't know, but
no,
I beat them twice. You know what I mean?
So did we.
Did you beat them twice?
Yeah, we did, mate. Well, no,
once, bro.
No, we
you drew one. You won one. Yeah.
No, we should have won. We should have won that game. We should have won that game in the end, but yeah.
Ravi,
there's no excuse. Chelsea must go top 4-5 and play one game a week. Yeah, 100%.
I'll put you on speaker as well, bro. When we do the league double, I'll say, hey, B. Harry, what's good, bro? Are you good? How did that feel?
Anyway, you come out with Alonso. It's fair points, yeah, because what he did at Bayer Leverkusen, it was incredible. I'll give him his doubt. And now, every single club in the Premier League have called a coach, assistant coach. But us, we've got a manager. And as a manager, you know, managers win Premier League titles. But like with us, okay. Yeah, Mark,
with us,
right?
Yeah, with you,
right, with us, right. The thing is, can you remember the 26th season and 2017 season when we finished 10th and we didn't want to make European football, but when Hull City got promoted, when we got our new manager called Conte, that 2017 season won the Premier League. So my doubt is, I've said along, I've been on to a few, yeah. I know I'm not a delusional fan. If he don't get the right criteria players, what he needs for his formation, what he plays, and a solid like that, I don't think we get anywhere. And it looks like for a minute, yes, people say it's still early days because the transfer ain't open until the 15th of June. And that's what next week, this week coming up on Thursday, that's when it's the 15th, isn't it? And also he don't start his job on the 1st of July. Could I not say as any day, Alonso has got a better ball knowledge, and since he's day one, I've seen a video of it, and it looks really good. What Alan sent me, big up to my brother, Big Al. Since he was a player, he also did assistant coaching thing when he was young as well, when he was playing football, and he was a good baller in the Premier League, so he's got a lot of experience in the Premier League. He knows
baller,
he knew how to. He knows the experience in the Premier League with Liverpool. But is he an experienced manager to do it in the Premier League? Yes, he done it in Bayer Leverkusen. And the day Real Madrid wasn't his fault because, you know, the players hate.
Why wasn't it his fault?
And also he had a better record at Real Madrid. Yeah, he's only 2 points away from Barcelona. If they kept him, he might win the Spanish league for Real Madrid.
Broski.
But
he was sacked in 6 months, bro.
Yeah.
Why was he sacked?
Because
this is bro. Listen. Let's not do this, bro.
Because of the players.
No.
And also, you got on.
No, bro. Also, I'm not trying to disrespect the coach. Listen.
You got to understand.
I respect Alonso. I think he's a good coach.
Real Madrid's
but I think inexperience. Listen,
all the players are fighting each other. They're a broken club.
Inexperience causes these things, and I think this is not to kill. You know, Alonso, I think he's going to be an interesting coach at Chelsea. I think, getting Alonso might do you guys pretty good. I actually prefer that you guys would have gotten Iraola. I told you this many times. I told you Iraola would have come into your squad and swim like a fish, in a big fish in the ocean. But you guys didn't believe me. You guys said, Mark, you don't know what you're saying. You want Alonso.
He's better than Imola.
He's not better than Iraola in the Premier League, my brother. He's better than Iraola in Germany, not in the Premier League, bro.
Because
in the Premier League, Iraola wins things.
What? So you're trying to take the
brother? If you don't finish above 7th next season,
where did he finish?
We will revisit this conversation.
Where did he finish with Bournemouth?
With Bournemouth, bro.
I don't care.
They got 6,000 seats in their stadium, bro. What are we talking about?
If he's such a great manager, he should have made Bournemouth finishing top 3 in the Champions League, right?
What? Brother, listen. I don't know about you. I'll just say this right now. And people are going to hate me for this. But if I give Bournemouth, right, to this coach who coaches PSG, he will get relegated, bro. I promise you, Luis Enrique will get relegated with Bournemouth. Yeah? He will not win the league. He will not even finish top 10 with a Bournemouth. Luis Enrique is a manager.
Did he not go invincible?
And a top team. I'm just leaving that there for you.
If it goes wrong, we will do. You're right, Dan.
All I said to you, bro, is Alonso is going to need... Huh?
I can't see Alonso doing amazing straight away.
Exactly. And this is why I asked him that.
I see what you're saying.
Big up to you, mate.
I think it's going to take him a while. Obviously, he ain't even in the job properly yet. So he ain't. Obviously, the players were at World Cup as well. So it's going to take him a while to gel with the players. Some managers come in straight away and do very well. Obviously, Alonso hasn't had the experience as a manager in the Premier League. The Premier League is completely different to the La Liga, to the Bundesliga. Was he in that? Yeah. So it is completely different, and I think only time will tell. Hopefully, he can come in and do something. But I do think it could take a couple of years. But will Chelsea give him a couple of years? Of course, they're not gonna. They're sacking by Christmas.
Not with his owners, But he will count in 6 months, Popovic. But the thing is, Mark, what would me and Popovic saying this year? Are these owners willing to back him? But it's no excuse. We got one game a week. We got one. We're Man United this season. Yeah, we finished 10th. But the thing with people, I don't understand why we finished 10th. If we could have made European football last season, we could have actually had European Champions League or UEFA. But the owners decide not to get us in the European football last season, because if we'd have made European, we would have got sanctioned and we would have had to sell our best players. So these owners, even though I can't stand these blue coat clowns, right? They are clever with the money, how to sell players, make profit, and how to reinvite, like say, well, we told Mike McFly, and he's told when we was doing, told them we don't want European football because in case we get sanctioned, we have to sell our best players. So what they've gone and done is not made European football so we don't sell our best players. So we don't make European football this season. So next season, we could go again for next season to make European football where we got our best players. But the situation is, it's no excuse. We're like you last season, Mark, where you had one game a week. There's no excuse. We got to finish top 3 next season. That's the mark.
Champions League. Listen, you see, just that statement alone, Dan, I think is where you misunderstand where you at, bro. Like, it's not the owners that you have to worry about. It's fans like you, bro. Fans like you that go and cry, that go and cry on when they start losing, bro. Like, I would be honest, I am not here.
I don't cry.
I was not in for Amorim, but this was because
you cried. You cried a lot for Amorim.
You see the differences.
You cried when you played in the Spurs game. You used to try. That was a penny. That's a penny. That's a red card. Even though we ran a penny or a red card, you still cried.
Xabi Alonso is not a wuss, bro. Yeah. Xabi Alonso is going to come to your club. He's going to be stoic. He's going to coach your players to be better. He's going to tell you guys it will get better, XYZ. And you need to give him time. You need to give the players time. But the difference in this situation is that with Amorim is he's a guy that he was trying to use the fans' emotions to support his stay at Man United by saying the team is the worst Man United team in history. We're not that good, and we're going to suffer. You know, Xabi Alonso will get results. You know, he's not the same guy that Amorim is, who's going to say, if I don't win my way, we're not winning at all. Xabi Alonso will make an adaptation in a game to get a result, to secure a result, because he knows these things are important. But I still think it will take him at least 2 seasons to really get Chelsea into a way, a style, that energy, and play good, proper football consistently. As if you and other fans are going to give him that time. Because the owners could only back him as long as the fans patient. You understand? If the fans impatient, the owners will sack.
I just said about my thoughts on Alonso.
Yeah. She has proper. And Sammy, don't cry. You cheated as well, mate. Every single club cheats, mate. Arsenal cheated with the Premier League this season, but anyway, let's move on from Chelsea Football Club. Honestly, truth, no excuse. I don't cry. We got to make top 3 this season, and if we don't make top 3, yes, Alonso, I'll give him probably next season. If he gets these players that he was, I think he'll win the Premier League with Chelsea. But then do you? That's what I mean.
Not this season.
But no, not this season, Mark. Not this season.
That we either do really well and finish in the top 3. Yeah. Or we're in Tottenham's situation that they was, because like I said before, if we didn't, the season just gone, if we didn't have half decent start to the season, we would, by stats, we would have been in Tottenham's situation in relegation if we didn't have that half decent start.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
2 ways in relegation.
But the thing is,
next season you're looking at top 6. I think top 6 is. You all should be happy there. I just saying, you all should really and truly, as fans, be happy with our top 6 finish next season. If anything comes better than top 6, is a bonus. Because realistically, you have a young squad. There's you need to get some senior players in there to bring a little bit of experience into that. You have a lot of talent. Everybody's talking about Estevao. They're talking about this other youngster who plays in the defensive midfield. The other Brazilian youth now. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool, but you need some experience. You know what I mean? These guys are good, but when the goings get tough, you need a guy who's been there, done that, got through a situation like that to show these youngsters how to climb through the deep waters. So it's one of those situations. I think Chelsea needs to sign a few players this summer. I think they need to have patience with this new manager. It may not start well. You know what I mean? Or it may start well and you might struggle.
But we don't know that.
This season.
But we might not. We don't know that.
Whatever happens, I think you'll need to have some patience with your manager this season. It's going to be.
No, Mark, I'm going to be patient with Alonso, no doubt. I think he's a good manager. But the thing is, us fans can't be patient by these owners if they're going to bring in a bunch of kids for Alonso and not have experience. Like last season, there's no excuse. Yeah, half our players were tired from the World Cup, but we also had a bunch of bum of players that ain't good, like Liam Delap. I told you on WhatsApp. But the situation with Chelsea, yeah, will never be like Tottenham. Yes, we could, like last season with the points, yeah, we could fight relegation. We'll never be like Tottenham fighting relegation. That's the situation. We'll never finish above Tottenham 17th. But the situation this year, we always make sure we're in that middle half of the Premier League. We're not like Tottenham. But yeah, we'll move on from that. But let's go quickly with Tottenham. What do you guys think of Tottenham next season with De Zerbi?
An interesting team, to be fair. They have some interesting players. I think Matthias Tell is an interesting talent. I think De Zerbi will certainly get way more out of him than anyone have seen in the last 2 seasons at Tottenham. They also have Xavi Simons. He's going to be very dangerous next season under him as well. I think he will also bring in a few talents to the club. I think Tottenham is going to be a dangerous team. They may not be a team that's going to consistently do well next season. They will struggle, of course, but I think they definitely will be back in the talk for top 10, maybe a top 6 finish, or 10 or 8 place finish. It's not going to be easy because remember, De Zerbi plays a different style of football to what Tottenham was playing before. There's going to be a transition period, and Deji Sports might not have the best season next season to be bragging about. But it is what it is. He talked so much this season to end up in 17th. Power to him. Maybe I'll see him on the Premier Roundup next season.
He told me they're finishing 2nd or 3rd next season.
Never happened. Tell him dream on. Tell him if they finish 2nd, tell him I will buy him a Tottenham kit, bro. A limited edition Tottenham kit for like what those kits he had a bid on for like £500. I'll buy him one of those if they finish top.
Daniel, we'll come to this message in a minute. Yeah, I want to move on because I want to move on to different clubs. Papa Charles, what do you think of Tottenham next season?
I think they finished top 5 personally, and I just think that they're moving mad in that transfer window. Some of them might be free agents or whatever, but they are moving, and that's what they need. They need that confidence built up. So I think they personally finished top 5. I beg they do not finish above Chelsea. I beg and pray that they do not. But I think De Zerbi, they struggled all season. De Zerbi come in and I think they lost 1 game when De Zerbi come in. That's all they lost, which was against Chelsea. I can't remember who they played, but they obviously
lost to Chelsea, right?
Yeah, that's the only game they Zerbi come in.
I mean,
we beat Tottenham. We beat Tottenham 2-1 at Stamford Bridge. So we always beat Tottenham.
I personally think Zerbi's going to do well for them. But I hope they go and get relegated, go down with the dusty West Ham. I'd be living my life with a pair of them bums in relegation. But
Papa Charles.
Header there from Qatar to equalize.
Papa Charles is backing up deadly Spurs. Because I told you it's just second out of the Spurs here. You reckon Tottenham finishing fifth this season?
Yeah.
God, man, you definitely up.
Tottenham finishing top 5.
Top 5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where we Sammy Simmons and.
Is it because Conor Gallagher is there?
Yeah,
because I promise you.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is.
You know, okay. On a worst case scenario, where you think they might finish? On a worst case scenario, we want a worst case scenario option as well. Because this, I think this might be where your mind telling you they go finish. Before was your heart. So where your mind telling you?
Well, my mind's in them get in the championship and get relegated. But I can't see. It's just going to be Spursy, thanks that they've struggled for 2 seasons in that relegation battle. Finishing, where they finished 17th. And I just feel like they're going to come and zoom up that table.
I mean, she's a Ford, isn't she? You were right. She's the Tottenham Conor Gallagher lover, mate. I just don't get how someone can say Tottenham would be 5th.
No, listen, I get what she's saying. You know, they bought out quite a few players that were on the market on free agents that will come into the team, will improve them. Of course, you know, some experienced players that definitely will bring some bite back to Tottenham. But at the end of the day, what I would say is that, you know, it may not be a situation where they make that all the way high trajectory run up to 5th. I think the next season is going to be very difficult. There are a lot of our teams that are in the Prem that are doing very well. Brentford is doing amazing. You know, Bournemouth is doing well. You know, Brighton, Aston Villa, you know, Chelsea, y'all are going to be looking to do some things next season. Man United as well. Liverpool is not standing still. I think it's going to be a complicated league next season. And while they are having De Zerbi, he was there for the last 4 games. I think he still has a lot to do to work with his team to get them in the mold of a team he wants to play with. And of course, they could always have upsets. And who knows, 2 losses could throw them off trajectory. I think they might be in for a top 10 finish, you know, maybe top 8. They will certainly get a European spot next season. Maybe not Europa League. Maybe they will get UEL, but I don't think they get into the top 5 next season.
You've got to think a lot of their players were out with injury as well. But majority
they will be out again next season.
No excuse.
You know?
No, it's not an
excuse FC. Not excuse FC. We had injuries. Man United had injuries. It's no excuse.
There's Chelsea fans out there.
Look at Liverpool.
There is Chelsea fans out there that will say, "Oh, Palmer's not been at his best because of his injury." Bullshit. If fans say that, then
Palmer has a hernia injury, darling.
But he has a hernia. Thank you, Bob.
I kid you not.
Thank you, Bob.
If I was Palmer, I would have done that surgery in the middle of the season.
Exactly, you would. Exactly. But if these players are fit enough to be on the bench, they're fit enough to be playing. I'm sorry, you're a professional football player. You're fit enough to be on the bench. You're fit enough to play.
Listen, you know what that means? You know what it means, what he has? You know what that means, right?
Yeah.
Like just to lift his leg, you know, he feel a pull, and the pull comes from the muscle that's like, where that muscle is in between your leg.
Then Palmer needs to stop being a pussy and go and get that surgery. That's what he needs to do.
He's going to do it. He's going to do it. He's been forced to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he probably didn't want to because, listen, that surgery could leave you. Could possibly mean that you may not be able to have kids if they're botching surgery.
Yeah, true. Yeah, no, it's true.
That's how dangerous.
Can I say something about high XC hernia? I've got it myself, Papa Charles. I told you before. In my situation, I haven't got it down below, but I've got it from where my chest is. The amount of times that the situation is like Mark said, a surgery. If he goes for surgery, it might not have him to have children ever again. Wait,
who's got hernia? Palmer?
Cole Palmer, yeah. Type it up. You should know your history. Cole Palmer.
I just thought it was just having constant time.
No. He's got a hernia, right? He's got a hernia, that it's a severe pain. Why do you think he's always when he's playing? He's always on injections, and if you see to him, he's so uncomfortable. Where his hernia is so bad, we don't know the situation. What the surgery? But with me, when the surgery, I had a specialist, proper high specialist, saying to me 50-50 my operation could work, or 50-50 on the other side, I could be paralyzed, I could be gone. That's why I ain't had the surgery from my where my thing, but when I throw up, when I eat, I throw up, drink on the fire. But the situation is, then I had another specialist saying I could have the operation now for and stuff. But I've never gone back to it because I don't believe it. I had a best world psychologist tell me 50-50 I could be gone at 50. But we don't know the situation with Cole Palmer. That's why
I didn't know he had a hernia. The only person I knew that had a hernia was Enzo Fernandez, and he had that operated on, didn't he?
Yeah, but Cole Palmer had it as well. Palmer's not making
Cole Palmer taking a sweet time to do that. I don't know why.
Yeah. Club advised Palmer not to have a... Yeah, that's facts, Cole. Club advised Palmer not to have a surgery. That's why, yeah? That's facts, really. Loads of players have been putting off surgery trying to make World Cup. Yeah, that's facts. Delit should have had a surgery months ago. Yeah, that's spot on as well. But everyone who's on Tony Claus and Mark's stream, make sure you smash them likes and subscribe to the channel as well. And people on my channel, if you don't know my channel, if you want to know my channel, it's Papa Charles Dan. Yeah, come and smash the likes there as well. And people in the chat, make sure I want to see about 14 likes tonight, guys. And I'm nearly to road to 500. But big ups to everyone for love and support on different platforms on Tony Claus, even though he's not here tonight. And then also on Mark's platform. Big ups to everyone in Mark's platform. I can see a lot of people on Mark's as well. Make sure it's been nice to have you guys love and support. But yeah, I'll quickly move on to Tottenham. I don't think Tottenham is going to be very far. I agree with Mark. I don't think they'll make European football next season. They've got a lot of deadwood at that club they need to get rid of. They need to get rid of their centre backs. That they had no discipline with all the managers they've had so far since last season with Thomas Frank. Then they had and then after they had that who's that other manager who came in and then they sacked him after the Serbia. I can't remember his name. But Tottenham, I could see Tottenham not getting nowhere near top 5 next season. I just don't see it happening. De Serbi needs to get rid of a lot of players. And also, they have banging some players like Andrew Robertson, Sensei, both on loan. They've also bought a player and they're looking at buying another player. Could I see Tottenham Spurs getting that? It's a tricky one. I think De Serbi will do well, but I don't think they will reach top 5 next season. I think they'll struggle a little bit. Let's move on to Arsenal, guys. Then after that, we'll do the top 4 predictions. Arsenal are looking to sell a lot of players in their club. I'll go with you, Mark, Papa Charles. Will they do back-to-back? If they play what they played last season in the Premier League and what they did in the Champions League and carry on from that gameplay till next season, will they win a Premier League back-to-back?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not with that football they played. They was trying to scam wins, and you can't go on playing football like that. It's such boring football, and I understand most clubs are trying to do all that, the pass sideways, backwards, trying to protect the ball, but it's so boring. And obviously, I watch a lot of La Liga, and I know they're very different. Premier League's more competitive than La Liga. La Liga's a bit more technical, but with Arsenal, you can't. And the same with every club. That style of football has to change. I understand if you're winning, you want to try and protect it, but you can't go on from the minute that ball's kicked just to defend that goal. You can't. You have to play proper football. And I just find I didn't really watch a lot of Arsenal. I wouldn't pay me TV license to watch Arsenal, but absolutely not. They're not. They think they're going to win the double. They really can't. I don't think so personally. I don't know what you think.
Well, he said they were going to win the quad last season, but that didn't happen. No. Mark, on Arsenal, mate.
It's going to be interesting. I think they'll have a decent season. Not too sure if they're going to be as good as they were this season. I think, sometimes when you work really hard for something, you spend all this time working behind it, and as soon as you achieve it, you just feel the sense of relaxation, the sense of, yeah, I've made it. I've finally got here. And then you relax. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. to Arsenal next season. I think a lot of the players will have, since they've achieved this, they will feel settled, and they will end up in a situation where, yeah, you know what I mean, they're not with the same sort of hunger that they had last time, and I think that will hurt them.
Yeah. Before I say anything with Arsenal, if they could get strengthened better wingers, and if they could make Kagokowes perform well as a good striker, actually he ain't really done great, and get rid of a lot of quality players, I think Arsenal will push the limit, but I don't think they'll win a back-to-back Premier League. I think they'll get top third next season, maybe, and win a domestic cup, an FA Cup. And hearing Arsenal fans winning the Champions League next season, I don't think you are, because you're just not good enough to get that over the line. If you play that kind of rush, crappy, ticky-tacky football, like what you did against PSG on the final, playing deadwood football, like it don't work in the Premier League. What you did in the Premier League doesn't work in the Champions League, and if you're going to carry on playing like that, you're not going to get nowhere in life. I just don't think they're doing it back to back. I think they finished third. Champions League, they might win a domestic like a Carabao Cup or an FA Cup, because I need to get Daniel Knight's question there, because he wants to know about us domestic cup for next season in London. But I'll bring that up. But yeah, I just don't think Arsenal will do well next season. I think they're not going to, if they could strengthen, because we're hearing they're getting Barcolas, they think they're getting Vinicius Juniors. I don't see it happening, but maybe it's going to be a really tough season for Arsenal this season with the new changes in the FA rules with VAR as well. But we'll move on from that. Before anything, top four, Carol asking, what's your top four limit? Top four for this season, Papa Charles?
Oh, I don't know. I do think City will win it. I know they've just obviously got Maresca in, but I still think City, Man United, Arsenal, and Liverpool.
Thank you so much for the mention, for the honourable mention.
No, don't. If you get Nana, you're winning nothing. You're not even getting top.
So if we win it, I will invite you to the parade with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll be busy that day.
Okay, Mark, your top four?
I think my top four looks like, I think Man United will be certainly in the conversation for a challenge this season. I can't say that we're going to finish first or second, so I'll go with a similar top four that I had last season. Man United, Chelsea, Aston Villa. I think Arsenal finishes fifth, right above Liverpool. I think Spurs will be somewhere down there, maybe fighting up with Brighton and the likes of a Brentford for 6th, 7th, and 8th position. With Newcastle. I think, in all fairness, it's one of... What?
What's that?
What did Rafi say there? Rafi, are you crazy, bro?
What did Rafi say?
I have 30 kits or more, and none of them would ever be a goalkeeping kit.
What did Ravi say?
I was given a goalkeeping kit when I went to one of the European League games last season.
No, I'm joking. Yeah.
By the
what did Ravi say? What did
so that's the only kit that I have as a goalkeeping kit.
I know.
Man, the man said I have
Mark
an
has an
Onana
owner
sheet.
shirt. Looking so interesting.
I have an Anthony kit, bro, and I won't sell it for the world. Because I think that, maybe he could have been something at Man United, but,
you know
what I mean? Chelsea knows I have the Anthony kit, But, yeah, I would never... Onana, bro.
Ben's got an Enzo Fernandez one. It's all right, Mark.
True. I mean, it's not the same, but okay. I think Enzo Fernandez is a good player. I would take him at Man United. I'm being real. I told him that. Yeah. And he will win the Premier League, and then Chelsea will be like, oh shit, we want him back.
I'm going to shock you guys for top four, because you say how much Imola is such a good manager, and the players what he's going to got for Liverpool, right? I think Liverpool should be number 1 in that position to win the Premier League next season. Because you say how much in
I think that's too much, bro.
No,
You're doing too much there, bro.
You say he's got experience.
First season at the club, bro. I
don't care. He's got experience in the Premier League, mate. Experience in the Premier League.
So then you say I agree that he's better than Alonso.
So you're gonna say Enzo Maresca is a better manager? Are you saying?
So that's all. Wait. So that's all. If you're doing this for Iraola, that's all. Wait, hold on. If you're doing this for Iraola, then if Alonso don't finish top 4, he had to get sacked, bro. I will be saying that whole season. If Alonso don't finish top 4, sack him.
That'd be fat. Okay. Well, I'm going to ask you something. Who's a better? You said Mourinho's a better manager and he'd be better for Chelsea. And if he went to Chelsea, you said he's got experience.
Because he knows the Prem.
Well, okay.
He knows the Prem.
Well, I'm not backing up Ravi because he's a Liverpool fan. Liverpool fans, Liverpool fans need to fall back on themselves because how much the money they spent last season. And then how much money they will spend this season for Iraola, they have to win the Premier League. You know what I mean? They have to win the Premier League. So, number 1, Liverpool. I'll go then number 2, Man City. Then number 3, I'll go with Man United. And then 4th place, I would say Chelsea Football Club and Arsenal 5th. Then Tottenham in that bracket down the bottom. I think I agree with Daniel Knight. They'll be in the Conference League next season. Daniel Knight. I'm just going to, because in the day, it's no excuse. We've got to be 1 game a week and we've got to finish top 4. And a question for Daniel Knight as well. What about the FA Cup or Caribbean Cup for Chelsea? No matter what, Alonso's got to win one of them next season as well.
He's not winning the FA Cup next season, bro.
Well, we got to the final.
Maybe he would win the Carabao Cup.
Mate.
But you're not winning the FA Cup.
But we got further than you. We got further than you in the Caribbean Cup.
First time in 10 years.
We got further. No, it's not first in 10 years.
First time in 10 years.
This guy Rufflin, did we not get to the FA Cup before that? But you only beat.
Bro, last season I was the champions and I was defending champions.
I know.
I was the defending holder. I was the holder, that's my brother.
But you weren't. Last season, Man City won it.
Bro,
last season, Man City.
10 years in a row. Listen to me. I want you to understand something. 10 years in a row.
How did you win it last season? Man City won it against us. This one made
no, bro. The season before Man City won it against me.
But you see before. The season before that.
You was 2022.
Yeah,
Are you mad?
Good. Yeah, but good on you. Did you win the UEFA European Cup against Tottenham Hotspurs then? No, you didn't. Yeah, walk away.
Bro. Listen to me, right, bro? Listen to me, eh? Listen.
Hey, no buts. You lost to Tottenham in the UEFA European Cup. End off, my brother. End off.
Right? So in the last 10 years, I went to 9 finals, 10 semi-finals. I just said.
Yeah, and we done more than you both.
Oh, you only went to 1 finals in the last 10 years, bro.
The year before that, we went to the FA Cup and the Cup
final in 22.
And we played against Liverpool. Year before
in
that.
22.
Look at your history. Then 2022, yeah. Then 2023, 2024.
Was me.
We got into the
me.
Yeah, we got into the
2023 was me. And 2024 was me.
24 was you. Then you got
23 was me too.
You lost.
And how played in the FA Cup final in the Carabao.
Oh, get over it. I don't care. Okay. Well, history.
Last I checked,
I know the history. But no matter what, you won that FA Cup against Man City. But did you beat Tottenham in the final in the UEFA European Cup? Yes or no?
No, we didn't beat Tottenham. But
listen,
you didn't beat me this season. I beat you the league double. That's all you need to remember. I give league doubles to some of you the last season. You all held it. You know,
I know more history than you know your football club. Yeah, and trust me.
Brother, I played 2 back-to-back finals in the FA Cup, bro. You can't
have you won it? And have you won it?
I was
there.
Have you won it? I won one. I lost the other to Man City. It wasn't you.
Okay.
You was not there.
We could have won the FA Cup and the Caribbean Cup if VAR didn't cheat us on a Liverpool game. And you told us that as well, Mark, on my phone call. We got cheated on by Liverpool in the
time. Yeah, you did get cheated. But this was a semi-final. It was a semi-final.
But no matter what, we still won bigger cups than you guys for the Club World Cup. And also broke a record in the Conference League to win every single European. Have you done that? So any day, Conference Smurf, you ain't got no leg to stand on. Have you done that? No, you haven't. So
Dan, I don't know why Dan trying to talk to me. I win 20
losing
Premier
to
League
Spurs in the
titles,
final.
bro. When you
Wow.
reach 10, talk to me, bro.
Oh, yeah.
When you
But
reach
we-
10,
but
talk to
losing
me.
5 times.
When you win 10 Premier Leagues,
Okay, Mark.
let's have a discussion.
How many
bro.
times did you lose to Tottenham that
Until
season?
then,
How many
I'm
times
just gonna
did you lose
be
to
like, okay, bro.
Charles, come on.
Okay,
How
it's
many
all
times
good.
did they lose to Tottenham that season? That's embarrassing. And then losing in the European Cup. And then losing in the cup match. And the Caribbean Cup against them.
It's just a cup match, bro.
4 times
It happens.
against them.
Like, let's
4
be honest, bro.
times.
Let's
We
be
never lose
honest.
to Tottenham
It
4
happens.
times, though. That's embarrassing, man.
It happens, Dan. You know what I mean? But next season, you better pray you don't get another league double, bro, because we will have a next stream like this, and I will be talking about back-to-back seasons,
Yeah, you're not
back-to-back
beating
league
us next
doubles.
season. Do you know what I love about this
Killer.
Man United? Do you know what I love about this Man United?
Stamford Bridge curse is done.
Hang on.
There's no. Bro,
You
listen,
beat
yeah.
us with 10 men. You beat us with 10 men. Well done.
I don't care.
And look at the manager we had. We've got Alonso
I'm
now.
shameless,
We
bro.
will see
Didn't you
what
know?
Alonso do at Old Trafford, and we will see you at Stamford Bridge. Because if Alonso beats you at Old Trafford and beats you at Stamford Bridge,
If
you
Alonso
won't
does
be on
what?
my show. Papa Charles, he will not be on my show. He'll be hiding. He'll be hiding.
Silly dip him in Tony's pool.
You know, I hope this is the same. If Tony was here, I would say the same thing to both of you.
What you do? You're not a United fan trying to diss us.
No, I was talking, but you couldn't hear me.
Okay, go on, Papa.
She said Tony. She was talking to Tony. What did Tony say?
Oh, anyway, I should be shut up. I think I've said one on Tony's Claus, Mark's stream, and Mark. Well, this is what we do as brothers.
Smash the likes, folks. Don't forget to
smash
share.
the like. This is what we do for the entertainment. I told you it's going to be a great stream tonight, and that's what I've done for Tony, and I've done it and doing it for Mark's stream as well. This is a good entertainment. So go on, Papa Charles. What we got to say about that?
No, I was just saying to Mark. I said, just come back to us when you've won it all.
Yeah.
I mean, I would never play in the.
We got more trophies than you. We won it all.
I would never ever see Man United in a conference league, and I'm happy.
No. What about the Club World Cup? You've won the Champions League.
I'm the first English club to ever win the Club World Cup. You know what I mean? I had to
you're
pave
not.
the way so you could not exist. It's
not
possible.
No, you're not.
Not the new
You're not the
Yes,
first
I
club.
did. I was
No,
the
you
first
didn't.
English club.
No, you didn't.
In 2008. In 2000, it was the first time they had a Club World Cup.
Nope. Kel Talks, if you're in the building, tell these little history Man United fans who was the first person to win the ever European. We were.
The first World Club Cup by English club was Man United.
No, that was Liverpool.
I just put in that date.
It was Liverpool.
It wasn't Liverpool.
It was Liverpool.
Liverpool won the World Cup after Man United, bro. But anyway, if you want to believe that there was a World Club before 2008, I'm happy for you. There was no World Cup in 2004. There was no World Cup in 2000 and 2000. There was none in 1996 either. You know what I mean?
We can't see you on our list, mate.
Well, clearly that list is foolish because that list can't have Man United if there's no. We have at least 6 trophies.
This is only in a London club, mate. This is a London club.
Obviously, it's London club.
Only in a London club, but yeah.
When it comes to England, you know, you have to include the big boys. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But we are
at the same time,
Man United fans were playing a UCL tune on their phone to take them back. Get on you, Ravi.
You know,
Ravi,
you know what? I can't wait for next season to begin.
I can't get it forward.
You know what I mean? It's just like I told you, Chelsea, Dan, last season. I said, bro, you need to stop calling me, because it won't end well for you. You know, and then he would start avoiding my calls, and then you were in the hospital for a few weeks, bro. You know what I mean?
Look, listen here.
The stress of losing twice to Man United does these things.
No, it doesn't actually. Because if we didn't have Liam Rosner as a bomb, what would have beaten you with Enzo Marasco, mate?
Bro, we had Scammer and still beat you, bro. You know what I mean?
But Old Trafford, the beat us with 10 men.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you know what? And if we wasn't for Enzo and it wasn't with a forward of Enzo Marasco, put more centre backs on, we may have beaten you. Because
Enzo Marasco is the best coach you had.
Then we had Liam Rosner. Then we had Liam Rosner in charge of that United game. And if it wasn't Wesley Fofana to get injured and get off that subline bench, you would not have scored the goal because you weren't doing nothing in that first half. And then after that second half, you beat us 1-0 by parking the bus. Well done. Well done.
Bro, a win is
Well
a win,
done.
bro. It was
I
3
don't
points.
care. I don't care, bro.
Boss,
We'll
boss.
see you next season.
2
We'll
goals,
see you
1.
We'll see you next
You
season.
still lost, bro.
We'll see you next season, Bob. We'll see you next season. Don't worry. Don't worry. Now let
All right,
Chelsea.
okay.
Yeah, go on, Papa Chelsea. Papa Chelsea, go on.
No, that was earlier, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think Ravi's he's got his dodgy headphones again.
I think he maybe skipped back 5 minutes into the
Anyway.
Check to see if you're on the live, bro.
Okay, anyway, guys, we're going to talk about end of the show. We're going to talk about the World Cup. Big ups to everyone. Make sure you smash them lights around the world and subscribe to the channel. We're now going to talk about the World Cup. It's now here. Everyone's excited for it. I ain't, but any day, Brazil tonight. Going to win it tonight. Come on, you Brazilian. Who's going to win the World Cup for you guys? I'll go with you,
Portugal or Germany.
I don't. Yeah, go on, Chelsea.
I'm going with Brazil.
Brazil. Why Brazil?
So about a year ago, I'd said that I thought Brazil would have won it just for the players that I thought were going. Obviously, I thought at the time Esteval, João Pedro was all going. But I've for about a year I've been saying it, and then the other day I done me Morrison's More cards, scanned that, and it gave me an option for like scratch a card, and it gave me Brazil as well. So I thought, you know what, it's telling me something. So I thought, obviously I'm back in England, but I think Brazil will win it.
Okay, interesting.
Mark?
Interesting. I think Brazil certainly has the talent to win it, but I would have to go with either Portugal or Germany. You know, CR7 is the GOAT, and of course, I live in Germany. You know what I mean? 1 out of 32. Trinidad is not there, so I have to back the next best things.
Cool, Germany. That's a shout. But honest truth, big ups to you, Martin, and Germany. I did say to Papa Charles on her TikTok, and also I did say to you on the phone. I think Germany's got the chance to go win it, but I don't think they're good enough to do it this season. I've gone with France or Argentina. I think the current holders, Argentina, I think they've got more way to winning it again. But it's going to be hard because his name is last ever World Cup. It's Ronaldo's ever last World Cup, and it's Messi's last World Cup. Who I want out of them 3 out of the last one? I'll say Argentina, but I would like to see our 3 lines on our shirt to go win it, but it ain't gonna happen because why we got Saka in charge there? He ain't good enough. Nuni Madueke missing that bloody sitter the other day. He ain't clinical. And then we got Ben White is not good as a right thing, but we never know. We never know in football. Football you don't know the future. Is it coming home? Even Italians and Spain banters took the piss out of us saying it's not coming home. And then they started saying that it came home when they won it. But yeah, I think Argentina is got. I think Argentina. If it's not, but I'm not going to write off South Korea. I'm not going to the Asian, Japan. Have you seen these 2 in the World Cup, Mark and Papa Charles? They're really good.
Yeah. I think they do well. I can't see him getting to the quarterfinals though. No, I think it's going to be too tough for them. Same as England. I can't see England. I think England will get to the quarterfinals and get knocked out in the quarters.
Yeah, I haven't. That's fine, mate. Go on, Papa Charles.
But yeah, I can't see England doing any further than quarterfinals. But I can see what you're saying about South Korea. Again, the other day, they from what I see, they've done really well.
Robbie, copy me.
No, I agree, Papa Charles. Like, you know, I think you're right. I think one of them teams might do it, Papa Charles. I think that like you say, the South Korea and Japan do look good, but I don't think they look far. And I do. And big ups to AFC as well, man. Big ups to you, mate. Are you on Mark's or Tony's stream?
I think you're on my stream.
Modric's last.
No, that's an Arsenal fan.
Yeah, Arsenal fan. Yeah, so big ups to you, mate. Yeah, it's Tony's. Make sure you guys. He's a moderator as well. Make sure you get them your fans on Tony's stream to hit them likes and then if they're new to that stream as well, subscribe to that channel as well. But Modric last World Cup as well. Can you see Croatia getting very far?
Bro, I could never see it, but they always end up doing it.
That's
Never
true.
ever. Like, like the last time Croatia had a really good team was like 2 World Cups ago. They went to the semifinals. Yeah. Last year, the team wasn't that good. Everybody thought it was old and they were in the quarters. It was wild.
Yeah.
You rate any of the managers in the World Cup?
Yep. Scott Maradona, man. Bless him, man. Rest in peace, Maradona, man. Question: do you rate any if the managers in the World Cup? Do you rate any managers?
Watched done well yesterday.
Who? Jorginho?
Yeah, 4-1 they won, didn't they?
Oh, for USA.
CONCACAF right now on top. Right now, CONCACAF is on top. You know what I mean? 2 wins from 2. It's 2 wins from 3. That's still good, man. Still good.
I just realised that. Go on, sorry, Mark. On. I just realised the saying, yeah, Canada, that manager for Canada, yeah, he used to be in the Premier League, didn't he? That,
the Jesse Marsh.
Yeah, Jesse Marsh. He used to be good. He was Crystal Palace, wasn't it?
No, that was Bournemouth. That's who they fired and they replaced with the Raiola.
Oh, yeah. What's your? Yeah, Messi or Ronaldo World Cup. Yeah.
It'll be interesting, I think.
Can you see Thomas Tuchel getting very far, though?
Bro, like I tell you already, Germany don't never do well before the World Cup and friendlies. And I just think it was just what Tuchel was doing with England. England is a good quality team. Of course, they really, really underachieved for the last 2.5 World Cups under that manager that, I don't know how you all will hire a manager who's a loser in club football to coach England. It's like, he was a loser. He's never won shit, but he coaches England. It's wild. Someone had to love this guy. I think whoever hired him was in love with him, because other than that, there's no reason, by God, on this green earth that you would want to have, Gareth Southgate as your manager. Like, how? He was never even a successful manager at Middlesbrough. Like, let's be honest. But again, you could never know what England is thinking. They always have a very good team. It just sucks to me that you guys have not had the chance. I think maybe you're still paying to the football gods for pulling the locks off of my brethren here from Trinidad and Tobago. So just so y'all could beat us, because let's be honest, with Wayne Rooney, Peter Crouch, and these guys, y'all was losing 1-0 to Trinidad. It was a loss coming.
Never
and Crouch on the 70th minute had to pull the man dreadlocks to score ahead. He's on 6'7".
Cry me a river, like Man United fans do. Cry me a river.
Everybody saw the man pull the man locks. If it had VAR, he get a red card. England down to 10 men.
Make an excuse.
Yeah, I just want you to know all is still paying for that.
Are you Arsenal Spurs? They're making an excuse for yourself.
You're paying for that. This is it. We're talking World Cup. We're not talking Arsenal.
Okay, hang on.
Trinidad and Tobago here.
Okay, but Papa Charles, did he say result against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge was an result? Is that an result, Mark? A win's a win, isn't it? A win's a win. So yeah, a win's a win. So pull back. You wanna go back to Chelsea Stamford Bridge when you beat us 1-0 with 10 men?
We're talking about World Cup here. Stop talking about Chelsea. Talk about England.
But you're talking about Trinidad and England. A win's a win, mate.
A win's a win.
Yeah, win's a win.
Yeah, that's how we live in. Okay, bro. This not gonna end well for you. You know that, right? You know that there's going to be a situation.
How many World Cups? How many World Cups have you got for in your country?
We only been to 1 World Cup, bro.
Hey, did not Jamaica beat you as well, Mark? Good on you, Jamaica.
You know, Jamaica never won points at the World Cup.
But did they?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
Trinidad has 4 points in the World Cup, by the way.
But did not Jamaica beat you? Did not Jamaica beat you?
Jamaica doesn't even have 1 yet.
But you cried on the phone to me when Jamaica slapped your ass A win's a
Bro,
win.
they didn't slap us, bro. The referee cheat for the whole game. They disallow 4 goals. They disallow 4 goals just for y'all to not even qualify.
Okay,
How
excuse
stupid is
again.
this?
See what I mean, you guys? He's a forward, mate. He's a player excuse fan. A win's a win, but big guys.
Broski.
But yeah,
Scotland fans right now, they are absolutely crowding at Scotland. I tell you what, they're going to bring an atmosphere to this World Cup with Scotland.
They definitely
I'm
will.
happy
They were
for
complaining there were not
I'm
enough
happy for
beer
Scotland.
on
I'm
the
happy for
plane, on
Scotland.
the flights across. Like they said, America's not prepared to host because they don't have. They're running out of beer on flights. That's crazy. You know what I mean?
Okay,
But guys, I do have to run. I have to.
Yeah, no,
start
that's
live
just
for
gonna quick you.
Brazil, Morocco, bro.
Yeah, but Mark,
Brazil,
yeah.
Morocco is in 15
Yeah, I'm gonna watch
minutes.
with
I
you.
need
Yeah,
to
I'm gonna
eat
end the
something,
stream now. I'm just saying, yeah. Let me just quickly read this chat, then we'll end the stream. That's what I was coming to, Mark. Bob, I'm coming to that. AFC 87 always. I've seen 11 World Cups: 86, 90, 94, 98, 02, 06, 2010, 24, 2018, 22, 26. Do you know what? He must be the same age as us, Mark.
bro. He is older than you and I, bro. In order for him to actually see it, he has to at least be 50,
I was
bro.
born in 85.
He has to at least be 50, bro. This guy had to be born in 1980. If not 1972. Scotland got more courage than Trinidad in what world, bro? In what world, bro? Yeah.
Wait, Mark, I think he's about 35.
What's that?
35. He's 35.
I thought he was about 45.
What, Mark, 35?
Yeah.
I'm older than Dan.
How old are you?
I'm the same age as Dan. I'm the same age as Dan, by the way.
Yeah, but how are you older than me then? What?
I'm not older than you, bro. I am actually younger than you by about 2 months, I think, because I'm born in December.
I'm 41.
I'm 41 in my year.
I'm actually 41 on June the 28th.
All right, then you're 6 months older than me, then, bro.
And my missus on the 18th.
I told you this guy had to be born before 1980. He had to be born before 80, bro.
Okay.
I told you.
Ravi goes, should have kept the bag on Southgate head from the Pizza Hut. Oh, shut up, Ravi. No way. My favourite World Cup was 86.
Thank you so much, Proper Chelsea.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Yeah. FF, for fuck's sake. Remember when Trinidad played in? Yeah, we were a story about Dan. Proper clean green smoking the machine tonight. Top entertainment. Thank you very much for that, Kel. It has been a great entertainment tonight for everyone.
The Scots wear skirts in the freezing cold, mate. Proper tough buggers, dude. I mean, bro, hats off to the Scots, bro. I mean, I've seen kilts, bro. So
then, Mark, I saw R9 Ronaldo, Brazilian. I saw Ronaldinho. I saw Ronaldo. We're the best front three in the world. Yeah, of course they are. And
probably, but Rivaldo never deserved to win that Ballon d'Or above Dwight York, bro. Let's be honest, bro.
And with Roberto Carlos,
top scorer in every single league that season.
I was born in 1977, so that makes him in his 50s. You're right, Mark. 50.
I told you, bro.
55. Yeah. I'll say 55, yeah?
He sounds like a reasonable guy, so I know the only way he would say he saw...
Mark is really 48.
11 World Cups is because he actually saw it. So he had to be at least 6 years old, bro. At least.
Yeah. You know? Mark is really 48, though.
No, bro. Not even close.
Mark, the Scots wear skirt. Mark, the Scots wear skirts in the freezing cold. Mate, proper tough buggers, dude.
Bro, I just be strapped up in the freezing cold. I can't lie to you, bro. I have the biggest coats on the planet.
I love cold. I love cold. You know? But anyways, let's end this, man, because everyone's got to go. Papa Chels, where can I find you?
You can find me on YouTube, Papa Chels 94, and then obviously over on TikTok you can find me on Chelsea Talks Football. But I'm more active over on TikTok than what I am here currently, but I will be doing some more stuff on here. Thank you for having me, Dan, and Blue go out.
Yeah, Blue go out. Yeah. And also, you still got to do your YouTube stream, you thought, even SW6 for me and Mark. My bro, my kilo Mark, man. Thank you for also.
You know, I've been thinking about doing some streams on TikTok. So Proper Chels, maybe you'll see me across there soon enough. You know what I mean? I'm more of a YouTube guy, so you can find me on marknmufcfan. Fan. And of course, if you want to watch some Brazil and you want to hear some Trini talks, come across. We'll be live in a few minutes, guys.
Thank you very much, Kilo, man. Thank you. Papa Charles and Mark, thank you for a lovely, great stream, man. It's been a pleasure. I know Tony Clark.
Thanks for the invite, bro.
Yeah, yes, you're welcome always. We'll do this more often, mate. Like, I want to get some different rifle fans. Deji Spurs bottled it, but we're going to have him. Well, actually, I'm going to do another stream with Deji Spurs this week, and I'm going to get you, Mark, and I'm going to get Papa Charles, and I'm going to also get an Arsenal fan on again, so we could do something else different. But yeah, anyway, guys in the chat, big ups at AFC. I'm the youngest one here. Yeah, you are. You liar, Kel. You're the oldest. You're the grandpa in the chat. Cheeky bastard, I'm turned 49 in August. Well, happy 49th on August, not far to for 50. No, big up to all forwards inside. Very wonderful. What's that, Papa Charles?
It was the bloody oldest one.
Yeah, he is. And Ravi's the Ford in the chat, and he's the biggest Ford in the chat. Yeah. You better go, Charles. Your dad's knocking on the front door. Yeah, Ravi, knocking on the door. But yeah, man, everyone, it's been a pleasure. Make sure, again, hit them likes and smash the buttons for Tony Claus on that side. Mark N's side, make sure you love and respect. Make sure I want to see them big likes as well on each stream. And also, people in my chat, I will make sure hit the likes on that. And I'm nearly to 500. And guys from Tony Claude and Mark's side, come and support me as well as a brother, man. It'd be a pleasure for you guys, man. It's all bands. We do bands, and I've got a good community here, man. It's like really good. We do bit of bands. But everyone, have a blessing. Have a good weekend. Come on, you Brazil for tonight. And one thing, the Papa Charles, Blue Cow out.
Yeah. Blue out. Come on, Brazil.
400 subscribers is 10 away. Yeah, subscribe to everyone. Yeah. Kel, great show, guys. Big up to you all. Peace out, peeps. But peace.